I want to be able to say like I own the Washington Redskins.
Okay.
Commanders.
Well, listen, that's really not a bad goal. How much do you think they would go for? Probably about $2 billion.
I think probably $6 billion.
Yeah. How much? What's your piece going to be worth? Do you think?
1% of 1% of 1% of 1%.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I think you may have a tough time with that.
Damon's reaching for his pocket. Is he going to take out his checkbook for PFT?
Do you want to get involved in my investment group?
No.
Are you about to make his? Are you about to give him money?
On today's part of my take, we have a twofer for the people. Johnny Fanta in studio, electric. He is the college basketball insider. Perfect day to have him on. He came straight from the Rick Pitino press conference. He also has a lot of thoughts about Ed Cooley, the rest of the tournament. Great time with him. And then we have our old friend, Daymond John, in studio. He has a new book, a children's book, and he teaches PFT and I about economics like we're children, because we are. It was a very fun interview. One of those interviews where I think his publicist came out and was like, that was the best interview he's ever done. So both must listen. We're going to talk World Baseball Classic. We got Hot Seat, Cool Throne, and then we have Guys on Chicks to finish off the show. It's brought to you by our friends at the Barstool Sportsbook. Barstool Sportsbook, download it now. Who really needs a bracket when you can just bet on all the action? And the Barstool Sportsbook is the best place to start. Now offering a $100 sign-up bonus for new users. Sign up today using code Tourney, then place a $10 or more cash wager on any college basketball bet. Win or lose, receive $100 in bonus cash. So download and create an account today, and be sure to use code Tourney to unlock your $100 in bonus cash. 2 incredible rounds are in the books. There were some shocking upsets, and it should get only crazier, so make sure you sign up for an account today. You get $100 bonus cash, but we'll also have special bets and picks from me and Dave, and great promos like Parlay Insurance, Underdog Insurance, and more. So download the Barstool Sportsbook today and create an account. Be sure to use code Tourney, Tourney, to unlock your $100 in bonus cash. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Check it out today, the Barstool Sportsbook, and bet with us. Okay, let's go. Welcome to part of my take. Today is Wednesday, March 22nd, and the St. Louis Cardinals have lost America.
Okay, go on.
Yeah. Paul Goldschmidt just hitting into a double play when we had a little rally going. I mean, we lost. USA lost to Japan. For all the baseball crazies who have been yelling at everyone online, we watched the entire game. We taped after the game. I enjoyed the game. It was incredible. Our hero, our collective hero, who's been on all of our teams, Kyle Schwarber, is the absolute man. That was like my favorite moment, because we all have known from watching Kyle Schwarber play baseball, when he's locked in, and he hit like 4 home runs in one at bat. It just, one of them had to eventually go fair. And we ended Shohei Ohtani striking out Mike Trout. The game ends. Was it strikeout? Yeah, it was strikeout.
Yeah, it was a strikeout, and it was.
It's over.
I felt really the big loser of tonight was the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, because wow, that last at bat, John Smoltz said it best. I think there were 2 strikes, and John Smoltz goes, and these 2 guys right now, 2 of the best baseball players to ever play the sport. It was awesome. It was a great game, though. I loved watching it. We always said, we've been consistent on the show, we weren't going to care about the World Baseball Classic until the United States started winning, and then we were going to become fair weather fans. And it turns out it was an electric atmosphere. And you're right about that Schwarber at bat. Everyone in the stadium knew that Schwarber was about to hit a home run, because he hit probably, I'd say like 3/4 of a mile worth of home runs during that at bat. Yes. And then one just happened to go fair. And shout out to the guy in the outfield that almost killed himself trying to catch that ball and fell over the railing. Like, yeah, that was, at that moment, I just thought, like, if you could build the entire team out of Schwarber, I think we would win this game 15-0.
He's the absolute best. He just pissed on the baseball. Like, it was exit velocity of 120. That's my own StatCast sitting on my couch. It was a fun game. I enjoyed it. I watched the entire game. Smoltz was, I think it's just maybe it's a little early for him, because he also had a moment that he had to correct himself where he's like, this guy, Yu Darvish, is going to be a star in this league. And then he like corrected himself. He's like, well, he's already been really, really good. It's he's been around for a while, dude.
He seemed like he was on Quaaludes the entire game, just kind of like in a fog, wasn't really feeling the atmosphere. Schwarber hit a ball probably, I don't know, 450 feet to the right of the foul pole. And then Smoltz was just like, and here's the payoff pitch. Like, didn't even talk about it. It was honestly bizarre listening to Smoltz talk about it. But it was an awesome game. Good tournament. Shout out to baseball. Tournament. Shout out to baseball, the sport.
And I was kind of joking, but I mean, the heart of our lineup was St. Louis Cardinals, and they went 1 for 7. Not great, right? I mean, if we're doing the blame, what are you gonna say, Hank?
I keep finish. I have some more blame if we want.
If we're doing a blame, I think I'd start with those guys. Get some hits and some big moments, and maybe this game, maybe we can be sitting here bragging about the U.S. being the best in baseball. The other note was,
to that point, Big Cat, there was 3 Philadelphia Phillies on the team, so fitting
that
it was
my
second
other point.
place out.
Yeah, it was. I think it absolutely counts as another max second place because the 2 runs are scored by Phillies. The Phillies tried their hardest. They were treating it like the World Series, and just like Philadelphia does all the time, we came up second place, right?
Yeah, I mean, at least we didn't get no hit this time, so that's kind of nice.
Max,
former national Trey Turner used to be good until Philly corrupted him.
Max, thoughts? Second place. Tell us how to deal with this because you know so well.
This is bullshit. I've my entire mentions right now are just that I'm a jinx once again, and that my guys are the only ones who fucking showed up. And now it's Philly's fault again, even though they were the best players on the team.
They tried. They were close. They tried their hardest.
They
came up just short.
I like how
all they were doing was hitting bombs.
We're doing they when they were playing for Team USA. It's like, but in terms of. So obviously, like we said, PFT alluded to it. We were going to pay attention if the U.S. got far in the tournament, and also as soon as March Madness wasn't on. I had my first brush with baseball Twitter. I think they're on high alert this entire tournament. It has been a great tournament. I watched the entire game tonight. I've seen clips from other games. I thought it was very fun. I'm not a World Baseball Classic hater, but if you tell me, would you rather watch World Baseball Classic or March Madness? I'd say March Madness 100 times out of 100 times. That's okay. Everyone can like what they like. But it was funny because I did tweet like there's no, like World Baseball Classic is stupid anyway, essentially because we lost. If we had won, I would have been like, this is the greatest victory ever. And I had like a little touch of the baseball Twitter people who have been on high alert for the last week and a half defending the game. Stand down, people. Stand back and stand down. I don't actually care that much. I thought it was a fun tournament. I'm down for the more World Baseball Classic. It seemed like a really good time. Just maybe don't schedule it during March Madness, and I'd watch every game.
I think that baseball has become the new hockey in terms of their fan base being like, please like my sport, and being on high alert in case anybody out there seems to be like quasi disrespectful or at least ambivalent towards their sport. So hockey fans have actually been pretty chill on that recently. There's not a lot of the please like my sport stuff going on. But man, it's not even like these people don't even care that much during Major League Baseball season. It was just during the World Baseball Classic that everybody was like, you need to respect this tournament. And guess what? I'm telling you right now, don't get mad at me. You're right. The tournament kicked ass. It was an awesome tournament. But still, chill out. Just chill out. So, baseball season hasn't even started yet. Relax.
Someone told me that this was more electric. This one game was more electric than the last 10 World Series. I'm going to disagree with that. I really liked the 2016 World Series, personally.
I love the 2019 World Series.
Like, there was some pretty good
the 2018
moments.
World Series.
Yeah. Max, did you like the 2022?
Set you up for that.
Fuck off.
But yeah, here's an idea. I'll throw this out there. Why don't they play 140 games Major League Baseball season, and then we can have a World Baseball Classic every year, and you can expand the tournament? I'd be down for that. That would be cool. I would be so down for that.
You want to expand the tournament? Right now, half the teams are filled with like American players from AA baseball.
Oh yeah, we sent mechanics for pitchers, so let's just say there's an asterisk next to Japan's win. But I'm saying expand the tournament. Like if you had told me this was a 3-game series or a 5-game series, I'd be like, I'm in. You know what I mean?
No,
like,
I disagree. I love the 1-game format for a championship game.
You would watch tomorrow night. Come on.
It's so much better this way, though. Both teams empty the tank. Shohei coming in to pitch the 9th inning.
You would watch tomorrow night. It would be fun if it was a 5-game series. Baseball's meant to be played in series.
Now you're turning into one of those baseball people that's like, stop being a hater on baseball. No, it's better.
I'm asking for more baseball.
I know. I love this format. The format's awesome. You don't get it anywhere else.
Yeah. Well, either way, we give 2 thumbs up to World Baseball Classic. Everyone can chill out. You're coming at the wrong podcast because we actually made the conscious decision. We recorded the rest of the show around noon today, and we were sitting in the studio and we're like, should we wait till after the game? Mm-hmm. And we're like, you know what? We respect the World Baseball Classic so much. We respect Team USA so much. Yeah, we're going to wait till after the game. We're going to record like this is an NBA playoff game or, a Sunday night football game. That's how much we respect World Baseball Classic.
We respect it so much, I didn't even tweet about World War II during the game.
Yeah, so
I thought that was out of bounds.
Yeah, so you wanted to empty the clip. There were a lot of nuclear bomb jokes being thrown around.
I'm not really prepared.
Okay, yeah, right.
Peter's just pulling out a scroll right now for the people listening. He just busted out a scroll that
I'm not prepared.
And he told us before I got them all written here.
The U.S. needed to play small ball, going base to base, or as we called it in the 1940s, island hopping. Hey, you guys, if we wanted to shock Japan, we should have started Doolittle.
Nice.
The one thing I was really afraid of was Japanese sacrifice flies.
Okay, I like that one. That one's a winner so far.
Boys, the Japanese really have great vibes in the dugout. All the fellas are cheering. Even for Japan, that's a lot of ramen.
Oh, okay.
One of my favorite behind-the-scenes guys must have been there because I heard one of the vendors yelling, Yoza!
Nice.
American pitching wasn't great. The U.S. didn't have the flamethrowers this time. Where was Aaron Judge? Where was Garrett Cole? Where was Rizzo? We need more guys who worked on a Manhattan Project. And in the end, the Japanese fishermen dealt a crushing blow yet again in an area where the Dolphins like to play. And now, back to Fat Man and Little Boy, a.k.a. Pardon My Take.
Nice. Good job.
Those are all off the top of my head.
Good set.
That's what we call improv, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, and. All right, anything else from World Baseball Classic? Yeah, go ahead, Jake. Jake's going to be like, this was the most romantic game I've ever watched of baseball in my life.
No, it was obviously in my hometown, and I had
show up either.
multiple people either send pictures or texts saying that the part of my cheesesteak line was very long but very worth it. It was in the concourse at the World Baseball Classic.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I've been getting a shitload of WhatsApp text messages from Marlins Man.
Yeah.
But I haven't updated my WhatsApp because I haven't been on a bachelor party in a really long time. That's pretty much the only time you update your WhatsApp.
Talk to troops.
He said, show this to Dan, and it was just a video of the World Baseball Classic.
Oh, okay. Can you play it? Oh, that was cool.
That was awesome. That
was really cool.
Looked like he was at the World Baseball Classic.
Hold on, I've just updated my WhatsApp. He sent me a lot of text. Damn.
So sad.
69 getting thrown out of the World Baseball Classic.
Yeah, that was it.
69 jersey.
That was it.
I want to know how Marlins Man decides which app to use to message on any given occasion. Because I'll get a DM on Twitter. I'll get a DM on Instagram. He's all over the place.
He texted me saying, check the video I just sent you. And it was a video on WhatsApp.
That's weird.
So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah. He's like...
He's moving different.
I feel like a spy. Like, go to the park and look under the bench.
He's doing dead drops.
You'll find a video of a guy in a 69 jersey getting kicked out. Yeah. And, Wisconsin in the Final Four. That also happened tonight. Mm-hmm. NIT. The most important tournament out there. Tonight was a big night for me of watching two sports games where I was like emotionally not going to be vulnerable, and then by the end I was a little bit pissed about one, and obviously happy the Badgers won, where I'm like, don't do this to yourself. These games don't matter. And then when like Mike Trout struck out, I was like, fuck, man, I really wanted to rally.
So I'm going to stick up for our guy Jake here because he's been getting a lot of shit for having just a disaster of a bracket. Just an absolute
not one
clusterfuck.
region correct.
Well, he was almost close. And what region was that, Jake?
The region where there were no upsets.
No upsets, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm going to stand up for Jake because he has been getting a lot of shit. He has almost a perfect NIT bracket.
Yeah, he has.
So he's very proud of
Badgers.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm in first place in NIT Stu's celebrity region.
Whoa.
And fourth place overall out of 819 people.
And you have the Badgers winning it all.
Badgers beating Jelly Walker and UAB in the championship.
Look at
and I had
you,
North
Jake.
Texas. So I could pick, if UAB beats Vandy tomorrow, I'll have 3 or 4 of the Final 4 in the NIT.
Whoa. All right,
Yeah.
so we maybe just need to just forget the real tournament. Let's just talk NIT.
Hey, you're on the same train this year.
Yeah.
Do you think like Shohei and Trout like bust each other's balls?
I think like after a week or so.
No,
like,
but
there's
like
gotta be
even
some
in general,
sort
like
of-
before,
No.
like even I'm saying like going into the game, like do you think they're boys or do you think they're just like?
No, I think they're boys.
So,
It
like,
would
you
be
think,
hard
like-
to not be boys with the only other good player on your shitty team.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're like suffering together through all this, and he's the only person in the world that could possibly understand what you're going through because he's like the second best baseball player, and so you guys at least have a shared experience.
I was going to say, I feel like Shohei Ohtani is like 10 times funnier than Trout. Like he probably has so much more personality than Trout. So I think Shohei might try to bust Trout's balls, and Trout just sits there and is like, can't wait for the Eagles season.
Yeah,
Like that's
honestly,
just all going through his head.
honestly, good for Japan because I feel like they would have taken it a lot harder if they had lost than the U.S. did.
Yeah. And it was the most watched baseball game of all time. Is that right, Jake?
I think they were anticipating on that, but obviously it takes some time to get the numbers.
All right. Well, let us know because I want to know if that was 4 hours well spent or not.
Yeah, I need to know that will determine whether or not it was a good game. Is how high the ratings were.
But yeah, World Baseball Classic, 2 thumbs up. Maybe play it in the middle of the summer or something. Maybe make it longer. I don't know. But I liked it. When is it again? 4 years from now?
Every 4 years, probably. Yeah.
So maybe every 2 years. That would actually get me a little more juiced up because I feel like I forget about it.
They should do this for hockey.
Yeah.
How sick
Hockey
would that
would be
be?
awesome.
Why doesn't baseball have a big presence in the Summer Olympics?
Well, they do play in the Olympics.
Because it's in the summer.
Yeah.
No, I guess.
That's baseball season.
Yeah.
That's
sure.
baseball
But in the
season.
NHL, they pause.
They don't anymore.
Oh, okay.
They stopped doing that. They stopped sending our pros, which sucks. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I agree with you, Jake. The Olympics should have, make the world, instead of they gave them gold medals at the end, didn't they?
They probably had some sort of award. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they had
They
medals.
should take a break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Should we kick it to ourselves back in studio for the rest of the show? Johnny Fanta and Daymond John, awesome interviews and a lot of other stuff. Hot Seat Cool Throne as well.
Let's do it.
Okay, before we get to Hot Seat Cool Throne, we're brought to you by our friends at Game Time, the exclusive ticketing partner of Barstool Sports, created by fans for fans. Game Time is a ticketing app that makes it easier than ever to score last-minute deals on tickets to sports, concerts, and shows, and they guarantee the lowest price. The big tournament is finally here, and getting tickets to those basketball games couldn't be easier than with the Game Time app. If you're living in New York, MSG is going to have some games this weekend. Vegas has some games. What are the other sites?
Louisville and Kansas City.
Louisville and Kansas City. Let's go. So if you are a college basketball fan, go head over to Game Time right now and find the lowest prices. Also NBA, hockey playoffs coming up, tons of golf, concerts. Summer concert season is going to be great with Game Time. The purchase process takes just 2 taps and 10 seconds, and once you buy your tickets, they're delivered directly to your phone. No printer needed. The app also allows you to easily share tickets with friends via text so you can get into the game seamlessly. Skip the hassle. Enjoy the moment. Download the Game Time app or go to the website. Enter your email. Redeem code PMT for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Code PMT for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. We're also sponsored by our friends at Just for Men. I've been using it all tournament long. The one-day beard and brow color is the first temporary brush-in, wash-out color from Just for Men, the beard color experts. It's a breakthrough, dye-free formula, easily and instantly eliminates grays with natural-looking temporary color, fills in thin, patchy areas, and defines your beard for a thicker, fuller look. Now, any guy can easily transform their look anytime you want your beard to look its best. For interviews, dates, going out to bars, meetings, parties, weddings, events, podium moments, profile photos, or your big podcast isn't just for your ears anymore. Just brush in lightly, let set, and you're good to go. If you're someone with gray hair like me, or you have a little bit of patchiness in your beard, you put in that Just for Men, you're ready to go. Looks like that full beard that you've always wanted, and then you can wash it right out when you get home at night. So try new one-day beard and brow from Just for Men. Make your beard look awesome. Have the confidence that you're rocking one of the best beards out there with one-day beard and brow color. It is a great, great new product by Just for Men. Again, I've been using it, love it. So try it today. New one-day beard and brow from Just for Men. Okay, hot seat, cool throne. Hank.
My hot seat is Scottie Pippen Jr.
Lakers?
He's on the Lakers. I'm not sure if he's on the team or if he's on the G League team. But his mom,
Larsa
Pippen, formerly married to Scottie Pippen, came out with a clip that is going super viral saying she had sex 3 times a day for 24 years straight.
Whoa.
That's a lot of fucking.
That's a lot of fucking, but if you're on a professional basketball team, locker room talk, like that's just that can't be fun in the locker room to have your teammates knowing that information and probably talking.
And
about
also MJ's son dates her.
Yeah.
That is tough. Also,
That's tough.
If you're a professional athlete and you're having sex
It's tough for MJ's
3 or
son.
4 times
How
a
do you
day,
know?
that's a lot of sex to be having. That's going to affect your stamina, isn't it?
Wait, it's not tough for MJ's son. Why is it tough for MJ's son? Oh, to hear about Larsa Pippen fucking 3 times a day.
And knowing that
It was
you
4
now,
times a night.
4 times a night?
and then I thought it was 3 times a night. Yeah.
You got there's a big difference between 3 times a day and 4 times a night.
Well, we are sex positive. You can't celebrate Wilt Chamberlain and not also celebrate Larsa Pippen. So good for her.
Yeah.
What you got, Billy? Billy, you got something? Something just
No,
popped in
good
your
for
head.
her. I'm pro. Like it sounds awesome.
sex.
I'm saying if you're the son, like you don't want that to be public.
Yeah, it's tough for your mom to be like, I fuck all the time.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say, Billy?
And for MJ Jr., it's like fuck. I thought 2 times a night was great.
Depending on the
That's
definition
true.
of sex in her context,
It's not MJ
Scotty,
Jr. either.
Scotty may have been only having sex once a night.
That's a good point.
I think that's what that makes more sense.
Is she saying that she came 4 times a night?
I think that
Scotty's
or is
that
she
good.
saying
yeah.
Scotty does have good dick game confirmed.
When does
Madonna.
having sex occur? When do you count it as one time?
Yeah.
I count it personally as every stroke. So, yeah,
I count it as every time I jerk off.
Yeah, so I have sex. Usually, when I have sex at least 5 times during one sex.
Mm-hmm.
Kissing.
Yeah, kissing is sex.
I thought that for a long time.
Really? Till
I mean,
when? 19, 20?
Pretty much. Yeah. No.
You thought that's how people got pregnant?
Yeah. I mean, probably until I was like 13, maybe 14, health class. I was like, oh.
I also once smoked weed adjacent to Larsa Pippen. That was cool. At Super Bowl in L.A. She and Antonio Brown showed up, and Antonio Brown was like, we want to smoke weed at this restaurant. And the waiter was like, well, everyone's got to be cool with it. And we're like, yeah, we're cool with it if you just give us some. And he has a blunt roller with him at all times.
Got to.
Which is a fucking awesome move. The woman was like, yeah, I'm Antonio Brown's blunt roller. You guys want one? I was like, yes.
Do you think Scottie Pippen
Goals.
could have been having sex? Do you think he'd be better at basketball if he was having less sex? Or do you think he was so good at basketball because he was having all that sex?
Well, he did have back problems, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
He blew out his own back.
Yeah.
That happens.
Yeah, it does happen. Okay, good hot seat. I thought your hot seat was going to be Max.
Well,
Sixers no longer-
breaking moves. Celtics do control their own destiny.
Yeah, Sixers no longer control their own destiny. Playoff,
Again, it wasn't that big a deal. I
playoff
wasn't
Harden,
worried about it.
Playoff Harden showed up early.
What happened?
The Bulls beat the Sixers on Monday night in one of the worst games I've ever watched. It was, I think they scored like 115 points in 2 overtimes, which is hard to do in today's NBA. Feels like everyone scores 1,000,000 points.
Yeah, Harden didn't have a good game.
Really bad game.
Yeah, really, really, really bad game. Embiid fouled out, and spoiler alert: Sixers are not great when Embiid doesn't play.
Yeah.
I don't think
He played like 45 minutes.
Yeah, well, he played well in those 45 minutes.
Yeah.
So does that game against the Celtics become a must-win?
Yeah. Well, they have to play the Bulls again on Wednesday.
Yeah, no, but the
That's also a
important game
must-win.
is the Celtics one that determines who controls their own destiny.
But if they keep, no, the Sixers no longer control their own destiny.
No,
What if they beat the Celtics though?
I think
Destiny back on?
No, I
because they
think
would
they're
have the tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Do you
they
understand
have
how the
tiebreaker.
loss column works?
Apparently not.
Yeah, clearly. And then my cool throne is 19-year-olds.
Okay.
Tennis.
Mbappe.
The number one tennis player in the world right now is 19.
Oh.
Who is it?
Carlos Alcaraz,
Oh yeah, that guy.
formerly known as Alcatraz on the show.
We call him. Yeah, we talk about that guy like once a year.
Yeah, Djokovic will probably whoop that ass.
But is he next up?
He's now.
Yeah, Rafa.
He's 19.
Rafa, I think, is out of the top 10 for the first time in like a billion years. They did the. This is how long Rafa has been. This is how long Rafa's been in the top 10, and they showed like the video game when he first got in the top 10, and then today's video game.
Yeah.
I love
So
those.
they don't have tennis video games?
No, I guess they do. I saw
really?
it.
No,
yeah, well, one,
Dude,
he
they
was
don't.
Mario in the first one, and he became Luigi in the second
Wii
one.
Tennis is
Yeah,
the
there's a
best
bunch.
video game of all
Yeah.
time.
There's
Wii tennis.
tennis video
Mario
games?
Tennis is a good one.
No,
Yeah, with real people. There's
WTA
yeah.
Yeah.
2K23.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
They have good arcade versions too, like Dave & Buster's.
Yep. What's better than playing tennis? Playing video game tennis.
Wii tennis, electric.
It was
Yeah.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah, Wii tennis was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have another one, but I think someone else is going to use
No,
it.
go ahead.
Go ahead.
Slam ball. It's
Yeah,
back.
slam
Oh
ball's
yeah,
back
slam ball's back.
officially. We did it. We brought back slam ball,
credit
guys.
to us. Credit to us.
So are they going to do a draft?
Where are they getting their players?
Probably
Earth.
Europe.
Yeah.
No, but like,
No, Europeans would suck at slam ball.
Do you want to play? Is that what
I'd
you're-
actually absolutely play.
I don't. I think
We can get you a tryout. We can definitely get you a
we can get you a
tryout.
tryout. I feel like they're gonna get like basketball players who played college basketball.
No, because remember we talked to the guy and he said that the best slam ball players are like defensive backs.
Oh yeah, true.
So Billy, you would actually be outstanding at being the guy that's getting dunked on.
Mm-hmm.
I would be a good bet.
Well, no, they said defensive backs, not special teamers.
That's true. No, but Billy, I can just see the clips right now. It's a guy that's built like DK Metcalf.
Yeah.
Just jamming on your face and you falling down. I would watch that.
Oh yeah,
I'd do it.
You think? That would be awesome.
Talks are currently underway for distribution. Just saying. They're looking for a
Barstool
broadcast
Sports.
home.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Okay.
Be fun.
Okay. Hank, can you get that done? C-suite Hank.
We can definitely get Billy a tryout. I think we got to see the product. first
Okay, all right.
before,
Okay.
Well, if Billy's
You've seen
in
the product though. The product exists.
if Billy's in the product,
Seen
you know
the
how much it will
highlights, yeah.
suck.
I also think who knows, but they might be like the slap league where it's like maybe too violent, and after the first broadcast, like we can't do this.
Billy, I want to see you on a slam ball court very
Yeah.
badly.
I've always wanted to do it.
Yeah.
like
Billy-
watching on Cartoon Network growing up was awesome.
I had
Sick.
I had a trampoline basketball set up in my backyard. That's why I never went pro.
Respectfully, Billy was kind of born.
I spent too much time grinding on the trampoline.
How many injuries?
Honestly, none. And
Really?
I got launched. We had people get double bounced out of the trampoline.
Because I feel
And
like
didn't get
I
injured.
feel like any parent who buys a trampoline, thrythey're just buying a broken leg for someone.
Yeah, there was definitely fights. I got in like a fist fight with one of my best friends.
Oh no,
Really?
Jumping on the tramp. I still laugh about
I can
it, but,
see
like,
that rage.
We got heated, and then we'd like it. When you get to cross that line of just like.
Oh, we're really fighting.
But we were on a trampoline like jumping.
No, did you guys not have like fake cage
And then he just
fights
left and had to use my house.
Yeah.
in the trampolines
No,
with
'cause
the nets?
I
'Cause
was
people
a
got
pussy.
nets.
I didn't go to the trampolines that had nets on them.
No, because like we just pretend it was like a UFC ring.
Yeah,
I knew kids who did that.
We had,
too,
like, a
and
fight
they
club.
made
It was-
videos on Google Videos. It was like before
Hell yes.
YouTube
I would
was
like to
a
watch
thing.
those.
It was like only on Google. I wasn't in it, but
Dude,
friends
we had a
that did it.
whole like league.
Yeah, and there was like
awesome.
a broadcast and everything. It was
Yes.
so
Can we
sick.
can we get our hands on that?
Yeah, I could hit him. My buddy.
I'd like to
Get
watch
some-
that.
Yeah.
I feel like if parents get a trampoline, they do it just to be like, this will definitely get the kids outside of the house for a little bit.
Yeah.
Just go.
And
this will
injured.
keep them in the backyard, keep them injured.
The double bounce. I'm still scared of a double bounce.
You guys ever play Break the Egg? when you had to like
Yeah.
curl
Yeah.
up into a little ball, and then people had to like
Popcorn.
slam
Yeah.
you so hard that
Yeah.
you broke. Yeah,
We called it popcorn because you had to pop.
We
Yeah,
have an
I
into-
vividly remember getting double bounce, like
Double
out
bounce
of the
scariest thing
trampoline
ever,
and
yeah.
just landing on the ground and just getting up.
Yeah.
we have an into this league because one of the investors is Blake Griffin.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
is Blake going to be in slam ball?
I don't know.
That would
Can
be
he still
awesome.
dunk?
No, probably not.
Yes, he can.
Okay. PFT, your hot seat, cool throne.
My hot seat is Nate Oates.
Yeah.
Nate Oates, Alabama's coach, because Nick Saban has just suspended freshman defensive back Tony Mitchell. He got arrested last week, drug and weapon charges in Florida. And Nick Saban said everybody's got an opportunity to make choices and decisions. There's no such thing as the wrong place at the wrong time. Seemed like a direct shot at Nate Oates for
you
using
think?
wrong
Yeah.
place, wrong time excuse for Brandon Miller. So, yeah, embrace debate. Is there such a thing as being in the wrong place at the wrong time?
Airplane
Yes.
crash.
Yes.
That feels like not your fault.
Yes. McDonald's drive-thru at 10:31 in the morning, right after they stopped serving breakfast.
That might be your fault.
Yeah, but it's the wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
The Archduke Franz Ferdinand making a left turn in 1914.
Wrong place, wrong,
Wrong
time.
place, wrong time. Who's to say?
JFK
Apparently-
taking the top down that day.
Yep.
Apparently, it was
Wrong place, wrong
coincidental
time.
that he said that.
Oh, coincidental. No,
yeah.
it was
Yeah.
very coincidental. It was very coincidental of him to do that.
Uncoincidental?
Uncoincidental because let's be honest, Nick Saban, I don't think he's like furious at Nate Oates, but any microscope on Alabama sports and the police department and bad publicity, definitely he gets caught in the fray here. So he's sending a message that he runs his program, I run my program, I'm the king.
Well, now we need to ask, is Nick Saban in the wrong place at the wrong time, being at Alabama
That's
when
true.
Nate Oates says that Brandon Miller's in the wrong place
I'd
at the
say
wrong
so.
time? I'd say, man, wrong place, wrong timeception on this one.
Big time.
But yeah, it does feel. I don't think that Saban was. I don't think it was a coincidence.
No,
I
definitely
think Saban
not.
knows exactly what he's saying.
Yeah.
At all times.
He doesn't seem like a coincidental type of guy.
No, everything is planned
Yeah.
out. It's a process.
Yeah.
Part of the process. Also, hot seat Steph Curry, because Corey Kispert, post All-Star break, post Part of My Take appearance, is now averaging 11.6 points per game and shooting 56.4% from the field.
Wow.
Pretty good. And 45% from 3 points.
Hell yes.
After we told him,
Shoot more.
just shoot the ball more.
Shoot more.
My cool throne is hospitality. I don't know how we didn't talk about this a couple weeks ago when the news came out, but we should cover it because we are parverts, we're dimpleheads, and Scotty Scheffler released his Masters menu
Yes.
for the Champions Dinner. So Scotty Scheffler's Masters Champions Dinner, appetizers of cheeseburger sliders served Scotty style. Mm-hmm. He didn't elaborate
That means he licks all of them.
on what Scotty style means.
Imagine if he just licked all of them.
Firecracker shrimp,
Delicious.
tortilla soup,
Yes.
Texas ribeye steak or blackened redfish.
Pussy if you get the redfish.
And then for dinner, the warm chocolate chip skillet cookie. So basically,
Awesome.
Scotty Scheffler has.
Gotta have ice cream, but unbelievable.
I bet you that there's ice
might be
cream.
some ice
There's
cream
ice cream. No one serves the chocolate chip skillet cookie without ice cream.
Yeah, there's a scoop of vanilla on there.
That's a la mode.
But that was in terms of Masters menus, that was top notch.
He basically took a Ruby Tuesdays
Yeah.
and then moved it to Augusta.
Yeah, love it.
Which, great job. And I've never been more convinced that a man has grown up around lots and lots of strip malls than after watching this menu.
Yes.
This is suburb city.
I feel like the Masters dinner is so overhyped for drama, and nothing's going to happen.
This year, it seems
Everyone's like, oh, the Masters dinner is going to be crazy. There's going to be.
Well, there was a fake Masters dinner that was going around that was like any live tour like dinners at the 8th hole at like 9 o'clock. Being, haha, they got them all outside. That's funny. But yeah,
Oh, on the green?
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, is Phil going?
Yeah, Phil's going to be there.
Yeah.
It DJ
will be
there.
interesting. Yeah.
Patrick Reed.
Yeah.
Some of the ninth green at 9 thing
Yeah.
Yeah.
from Happy Gilmore.
Yep.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah, no, it was
Yeah.
it was a fake menu going around.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny. Also, Max got caught with a fake quote.
Oh
But
yeah,
that's-
Bill
yeah.
Simmons. I said that.
yeah,
He was saying his text. I was like, obviously Bill Simmons would say that, and then it was the most fake thing of all time.
Yeah. I know it's fake because Simmons then quote treated the fake quote being like, I never said that. Like, remember when Scott Van Pelt got caught by The Onion? Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was like, I never said that. It's like, well, yeah, of course. It's if you look at the account, it's NBA Central.
Ah.
instead of Central.
You know what one gets me all the time is the PGA Tour.
Yes,
the
yes.
TUOR.
Yeah, Urlacher got got by
That was the
one that Charlie Woods. They said Charlie Woods was going to be featured on next year's Drive to Survive.
Yes,
and the one that got hit with the Spieth's ball, and he said he asked for 25 tickets to the Masters.
Got caught by that.
And a bunch
You know
of
what
free
it is
clubs.
though? It's actually not us getting got. It's people tagging us. Because I always get tagged in those, and then my instant reaction is to retweet it. And now I've started to slowly be like, all right, look at it for a second.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like the PGA Tour one.
Yeah.
That's the
You
one.
just get tagged.
I get tagged, and I look at it, I get excited.
Right.
And then I'm like, well, fuck. They actually should have Tiger on the F1 Drive to Survive.
That would be cool.
Just load him up.
Yeah, with the SUV.
Give him,
No rear mirror.
Go off
window.
Ken.
Yeah.
Hey, just have Elon chasing him with a golf club. He'll win every race.
Faster than anyone. Yeah, but Max.
Yeah, sometimes you get caught.
Notes app?
Notes app? No.
Okay.
I'm not apologizing for getting got.
Max isn't a Notes app guy.
Yeah, no.
I respect
Max is a double down and triple down guy.
Listen, I've long said that if you are a creature of the internet, if you do a job like ours, if you're not getting got at least a few times a year, then you're not doing your job. You're not working hard enough.
It also wasn't like a good thing. I wasn't like happy about it, so it was a.
Oh,
sort
now
of
you're
thing.
trying to explain. Just say you got caught.
No, I got but I'm happy that I got got.
But think about it this way.
Because that was a
It's not
bad
true.
quote for me.
Yeah.
It's not true, but it's just a quote that hasn't happened yet.
Right.
It does sound like something that the Sixers would do.
I bet you someone in the Sixers locker room has said, "I can't wait to play the Celtics and lose."
I have said the first part of what you just said.
Also, I do want to mention the Bulls finally beat Joel Embiid. That was pretty crazy. I was watching the Bulls telecast, but it was quite a stat when it was like Bulls now lifetime 12-1, or the Sixers are 12-1 against the Bulls when Embiid plays. Tough, very tough.
Do you guys think that in that vaunted matchup against the Celtics for home court advantage, if you guys win, do you think they'll drop confetti?
Oh, the cannons will go off.
I'm done hearing about confetti.
Your court is awesome, by the way.
Yeah.
Sick court.
Sick court.
Yeah.
Very sick.
Yeah. Okay. My hot seat.
Don't you want confetti? I feel like that's the goal for every team. Is
Yeah,
to,
you
like,
should
be
want it.
at a
You
game
should
where you
want
guys
it.
drop the confetti.
I would like to win the game where you drop the confetti.
Yeah.
That's the biggest issue.
Yeah. Or you could just do it when you go to overtime.
Yeah, that's another thing that could happen.
Yeah. All right, my hot seat is I mentioned him on Monday because he's become like the NBA's most hated player. But Dylan Brooks had he got denied a jersey swap with Kyrie Irving, which is very funny. He took his jersey off, went up to Kyrie, and Kyrie was just like, "No,
I'm not like I understand that from Kyrie's point of view.
yeah."
Like you have to save those jerseys for people that need it.
Also, isn't like if you're Dylan Brooks and you get Kyrie's jersey, isn't that like Tom Segura owning like Hitler's teacup?
It might be.
That might age poorly.
It might be, but if I'm Kyrie, like, why is Dylan Brooks asking me to swap jerseys?
Yeah, well, he's listen, Dylan Brooks. He got it. I think his 18th technical of the season.
Yeah,
he's become the new bad boy.
Yeah, I just think that you have to have more awareness of Dylan Brooks. You have to know that you're Dylan Brooks.
Yeah, and Kyrie was like, "Yeah, I already had like, my mind was already on the next game process."
Kyrie probably doesn't want to get fined.
Yeah, and then, but it's just a bad look to be like, "Can you jersey swap and be denied?" Mm-hmm. You have to know that you are like.
Did he already have his shirt off?
Yeah, Kyrie already had his shirt off, but I think he either was holding it or gave it to his own teammate, like his staff, and then Dylan Brooks took his off and went up to Kyrie, and Kyrie's like, "Nah."
Yeah, that's a tough look.
You got to know that it's going to happen.
Yeah, you have to arrange that ahead of time,
right,
I think.
Right. And then my cool throne is Roger Goodell, who is finalizing an extension.
Good.
So
congrats, Roger.
Good for Roger Goodell. He actually, for everything that he is hated for, and he's hated for a lot, in terms of his actual job requirements, he does an incredible job.
Yeah, it's like he was designed in a lab just to absorb blows.
It's absorb blows and make a shitload of money for the NFL, and he's done both, like, basically the best you could possibly do. He squeezed every dollar out of the NFL, and every time there's any controversy, whether it be on the field, off the field, he just gets all the shit, and the owners get to just keep making money.
Yeah, he exists to take shots not only from the media and from the public, but also he has to just like answer Jerry Jones's phone calls, get yelled at for a while, and then pretend those calls never happened.
It is funny when he gets that extension and everyone gets upset, and it's like, no, you don't understand his job requirements. He actually is awesome at it.
Could you imagine if the NFL had a commissioner like the NBA does with Silver, someone who's always like tinkering,
best buddy?
Yeah, trying to be best friends, trying to like read the NFL Reddit page and then implement rule changes. No, Roger Goodell is very good at existing and being an asshole that everybody hates. And he's compensated handsomely for that.
The point of Roger Goodell's entire existence is that everyone hates him, not the owners.
Yep.
And he does it well. Billy.
My hot seat is us. There's a new deadly fungus spreading, apparently.
Well, you.
Yes.
You feels like you're the most susceptible to this fungus.
Is that what you have right now?
I don't know.
Your face looks great, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's been a long road.
Mm-hmm.
Once I get out of it, I'll do a face reveal.
Of the original picture?
Yeah, it's not funny to me right now.
Yeah,
but once I'm able to laugh at it, it's
are you currently out of the woods?
No. Today's the first day I didn't take prednisone, so we'll see how it goes.
Okay, Billy came in the studio earlier today. Was like, I'm almost off steroids.
Nice.
And I thought that I did not interpret it as Billy taking like medicine. I just thought that Billy was talking about steroids.
Yeah, but everyone's just replaying the first scene of the Last of Us series. And with the headline, but slowly you say also hot seat Jets. Why the hell hasn't it like happened? Why hasn't Aaron Rodgers been signed yet?
Yeah.
So, and then Cool Throne Hustle GPT. Apparently, it can tell you how to turn $100 into $1 million if you ask it.
Huh?
Did you ask it?
Chat GPT. Yeah. Apparently,
Just
like,
an ad.
Take
people a lot of
TCU
money.
plus 4.5.
Exactly.
What did they say?
Actually, I'm gonna start getting gambling advice from Chat.
Well, you already broke Vegas.
Yeah, I know.
Are you just gonna say like you know how to make $1 million and then not share?
I'm just gonna be like, hey, how do I choose the best March Madness picks, and then what do I do to win?
No. But you just said a second ago that it will teach you how to turn $100 into $1 million.
Yeah.
Care to share?
Well, you gotta ask ChatGPT.
Yeah, I think Billy's got side deals going.
I don't got a side deal.
Why aren't you telling me how to make $1 million?
Well, he hasn't gotten it yet.
I haven't gotten it yet. I didn't pay for it.
He probably needs.
Oh, wait, you got to pay for it? What
Billy,
is that? Million?
Billy needs like 100 people here to sign up, and then he needs 100 to get them to 100 people to sign up, and then they're gonna get Billy the $1 million.
It'd also be funny if ChatGPT, like you sign up for $100 and it's you ask them how to make 100 to $1 million, and the answer is just don't sign up for random things online and invest your money instead.
True.
Yeah.
And Laramie Tunsil, dude just keeps getting paid.
Good for him. Good for Laramie.
Yeah, he is. He's the coolest guy ever to smoke out of a gas mask
Without an agent.
Yeah.
So it's like, does Lamar actually have a problem?
It's a good question.
I think Lamar, we're not gonna get anything until after the draft. I think it's gonna just keep going.
Lamar's also, isn't he doing an interview with himself?
Oh, really?
I saw that the other day. Yeah, Lamar is going to do.
Well, then he should just say it's an interview with his agent.
Yeah.
That would be interesting.
He asks agent Lamar questions.
Yeah. But it does feel like we're going to wait to the draft, then whoever misses out on a quarterback in the draft will then be like, okay, now we'll sign this offer sheet, because also then you get to use your draft pick this year.
Yeah, so I think that when he first became a free agent, it was the teams that would have been in contact with him would be the teams that really wanted him, and now it's going to be teams that don't have another option.
Right. Jake.
My hot seat is Cinderella, Fairleigh Dickinson.
Yeah.
Their coach is gone.
Gone.
In a week ago, we saw him in the first four, and now he's gone.
Well, he's not gone. He's still,
off to
he's
Iona.
still alive. Yeah.
Yeah. He's there. But it does kind of suck whenever that.
Yeah.
It happened last year with Sheen Holloway. Yeah. But good for him. Good for
him.
Tobin.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and I'm sure we'll talk about the coaching carousel with Fanta later on. My cool throne's Kevin Harlan. CBS dropped a viral video of his game-winning call. Perfect. Yeah.
You calling it perfect?
And you see, he went over to his partners. He's like, lay out. He put his arm out.
Yeah.
So, flawless.
What game was it for?
Virginia Furman.
Okay. Good job, Kevin Harlan.
He was holding
one of the
back?
best in the game.
Yeah, he was literally holding them back. He's like,
You need to do that to me and Dave more often.
I will.
Yeah.
Well, during the big moments.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kevin Harlan he's getting into like, I mean, he's almost GOAT status. Like every
Yeah.
game that you hear him call, it feels like a big game. He's got the big game voice.
Yep.
So, yeah, I knew you'd love that.
Yeah.
How many times you watch it?
I mean, there's I think like 4 million views on Twitter. I'm like 3.5 of them.
Okay, nice. All right, let's get to John Fanta. Johnny Fanta in studio, and then we have Daymond John also in studio. Great 2 interviews for everyone. It's brought to you by our friends at Movement Watches. Life's too short to settle for the same old things. MVMT keeps your look and your lifestyle fresh with clean watches at a price that won't make you rework your budget. Their small team of dreamers in Venice Beach, California have perfected sleek, original, ultra clean watch design. Hank, you're wearing one right now?
Yeah, I wear them all the time.
Yeah, so fresh, modern designs by a team of weekend mavericks who know what it means to go from 9 to 5 work days to 5 to 9 good times, and every adventure in between. Elegant, precise Japanese watch movements are industry-leading materials from complex ceramics to sophisticated automatics, solar-powered dials to upcycled ocean plastic cases, the epitome of bang for your buck. With huge value and style, your wrist and wallet will both love. You can get a beautiful-looking watch for an affordable price with Movement, and here's even more affordable stuff because you can make it your sidekick for life's adventures. A Movement. Get 20% off at mvmt.com, mvmt.com, and use code TAKE. That's mvmt.com, code TAKE for 20% off your Movement watch today. Go check them out. Great watches and 20% off with code TAKE at mvmt.com. Okay, here he is, Johnny Fanta. Okay, we now welcome on a very special guest. It's the first time on this show, but we've known him for a while. He is electric. He is college basketball. It is the one and only Johnny Fanta, John Fanta. You can find him on Twitter, John_Fanta. He covers college basketball on Fox. He's also the Big East guru. We have some people in this room. We're very excited that you're here. Max is a Villanova guy. He loves Johnny Fanta. Loves Johnny Fanta.
Big Johnny Fanta guy. 100%.
Big Johnny Fanta
100%.
guy.
Are we the only ones that call you Johnny Fanta?
You know, my grandma did.
Okay.
My grandma was Joni, and she would call me Johnny.
She was Joni Fanta?
She was Joni.
She was Joni Fanta?
Yes.
Wow.
No, Joni Coughlin.
Okay, I was going to say.
Mom's mom.
Yeah.
So she would call me Johnny.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great name. Johnny Fanta just sounds like that's a person I want to tune in for.
Yeah.
I
sounds
appreciate
like
that.
Yeah, it sounds like you're a character from, what was the singer from The Godfather? Was that Johnny? What was his name?
I forget that guy's name.
I know Johnny Ola, but the singer from Godfather 1, that's what I always think of. But either way, you are electric, and we couldn't have had you come in on a better day. You are coming straight from Rick Pitino's press conference, new head basketball coach at St. John's. First of all, I guess, how quickly did this get done? Because it felt like right after Rick walked off the court, Iona UConn, he was texting Johnny Fanta like, hey, tweet it out. It's done. Tell us how it all went down.
Well, there's no doubting that St. John's primary target was Rick Pitino. How could it not be at this point? You've been in the darkness forever.
Right.
I mean, think about their coaching wave. Steve Lavin, who is a friend, did a great job with Fox on TV. Now he's at San Diego. It just didn't work out on the sidelines. Then you go from Lav to Chris Mullen.
Which should have been the prodigal son.
That didn't work.
We
know how the prodigal son thing works in college basketball.
Usually doesn't happen.
Yeah, it doesn't happen. And it didn't happen here. So then they go to Mike Anderson, and as much as he had never had a losing season, he also had never really had the full breakthrough, and that didn't work either. So at this point, you need a winner. You need to win at all costs. You are stuck in the basement of the Big East, or close to it anyways. You're almost like in between when you're going up the basement steps and you get to like that halfway mark.
Yeah.
That's where St. John's has kind of been. It's like, when are you going to come into the kitchen for dinner?
Yeah.
Well, guess what?
Rick
they're in the kitchen.
Rick Pitino's coming in the kitchen.
Yeah. They're in the kitchen, and they're...
Facts. Be careful. He's going to get you on a couple
I mean,
of
you
those.
started
Yeah.
right off the bat. The first thing you said when you sat down was, we went
Johnny
to an
Fanta is now regretting coming in this studio.
The first thing you said was, we went to an Italian restaurant right afterwards. So you got me all wound up over here, Johnny.
Yeah, he's hot.
Oh, man. Here's the thing. They targeted Rick Pitino and Father Shanley at St. John's. Here's where we get into the Big East, the priesthood.
Yes.
You know, the Catholic, religious. This conference was built on meatballs, prayer, and hoops.
Yeah. Oh, I like that.
Meatballs, prayer.
That's
hoops.
a great.
Big
That's
East.
a great.
I would also.
tagline.
I would just
So-
add superstar coaches to it. The
Big
Big East
name.
has always had the best coaches in basketball.
Yeah.
Big name coaches, big brand coaches. Rick Pitino being one of them. You know, he was at Providence with Billy the Kid Donovan in the '80s and all that. So the whole premise of this goes back to like you need to find a winner. Father Brian Shanley is the president at St. John's. Shanley hired Ed Cooley to Providence. Oh. But at that time, he was thinking about hiring Rick Pitino to Providence.
Right.
So Shanley has always had Pitino on his mind, Pitino being a Providence guy. So ironically enough, as the waves change, Shanley ended up having his term as president of Providence end in 2020. He takes the St. John's president job, so he inherits Mike Anderson. But Shanley built Providence College. He helped build it with Cooley.
Right.
Yeah.
The facilities, the brand recognition. So now at St. John's, he's like, I'm tired of losing. So where am I going to go? He had a phone call with Billy Donovan. Billy Donovan told Shanley, and Shanley said this at the press conference, Father, you've got to hire Rick Pitino if you really want to turn St. John's around.
Yes.
And that's what happened.
So how is he going to solve the big problem that St. John's has, which is recruiting kids to come play in New York City? So I've never really understood why that's an issue. It seems to me like, or it used to seem to me like it would be a big attraction for people to want to play not only in the Big East, but in New York. But then you start to think about it, being a college kid in New York, maybe not as nice as going to another school. You're getting more NIL money. Your money goes a little bit further. It's an expensive place to go to college.
It is an expensive place to go to college.
So how do you solve that? How do you get kids to want to come play in New York City?
By showing them that you will win, no matter what.
And Rick
That
Pitino will.
Rick Pitino will win.
Yeah.
And by showing them that you can get them everywhere that they want to go because you've done it with everybody. And it's not just messaging. It's not just, well, we play at Madison Square Garden. Well, you played there 4 times this past year. Like, let's face it. It's not like it was your second home.
Right.
So now that's going to change. MSG will be hosting more St. John's games.
Ooh, is that you thinking it or
No, that's happening.
Oh, okay. I like that.
St. John's is going to call the Garden its second home again. Madison Square Garden will be a sea of red in January or February when teams are coming in. No longer will it be a Villanova home game in New York or a UConn home game in New York. UConn fans will fill it up, but you're going to see a real battle now inside the Mecca. Pitino he has gotten the commitments from the leadership at St. John's that previous coaches could not get. Why? Because Rick Pitino, as much as he's a great basketball coach, he is a deal maker.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, okay, I'm fired up right now for St. John's. What do you think realistic goals here are? Like, what Rick Pitino, check him off. When does he have to be back in the tournament? Is it next year? Is he going to make this a winner right now?
Yes.
Yes.
I think, and we can revisit this a year from now. I think they will have found a way to make the NCAA tournament. Look at the bubble. Like, let's be honest here. Did you watch the Arizona State Nevada game?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If that's your last 4 in, let's face it. I'm betting on that guy in a Big East program where in the transfer portal, if Kansas State and Missouri could do what they just did this year, why can't Rick Pitino do it at St. John's in the Big East?
Yeah.
Now, it's going to be tough because you got to go through, like Marquette's going to bring everybody back. So they're going to be like a top 5 preseason team. I think people will be surprised to see that, but that's going to be the case.
Yep.
UConn's really good. Creighton doesn't slow down.
Sean Miller.
Sean Miller's got Xavier cooking now.
Yeah.
So, but I really think it's an honest expectation that you could see St. John's ranked next season, and you could and I think they will make the NCAA tournament.
Okay.
I really believe that.
It's like what Dion said at Colorado. Rick Pitino's he's bringing the luggage with him.
Yeah.
It's Gucci, right?
Yeah.
Is he bringing it? Do you think anybody on Iona is going to play for St. John's?
Maybe. Yeah, I mean, it's certainly possible. It's entirely. Every coach seems to bring people with them.
Yeah.
I don't know anything for a fact, but I'd be surprised if he didn't attempt to. I think for him, this move was about, okay, I'm making the tournament at Iona, but I'm in a 1-bid league. Wait, you're giving me a chance to be in like a 6 or 7-bid league? I'm making the tournament in that because he believes he's the best coach in the league, which, look, I'm going to bet on him over anybody else.
Yeah.
And he knows that because of the nature of the portal, whether he brings kids from Iona with him or not, he can go get a power conference cast-off who needs a second chance and who wants to be coached by a Hall of Famer, and he could make that kid a star.
All right, so another question. Is this forever home? Is this Rick Pitino is here for the next 5 to 10 years, however long he wants to coach? He's not young. Or is this Rick Pitino, St. John's, go to the tournament a couple of years? Ooh, a big-time school now asks.
If that big-time school is asking, I guess my question to that big-time school is, okay, you're big-time. Why are you now relying on a 75-year-old for like 3 years?
Right.
To me, this is the last stop.
This is the forever home.
This is the forever home. Even Iona was not.
Right. No, it was clear Iona was not. Now, this is a tough one. Let's say Rick Pitino stays at St. John's for 8 years.
Yeah.
Final Four?
Yeah.
Oh, I like it, Johnny Fanta.
College basketball is a better sport when Rick Pitino's at the top tier.
I just think the climate of the sport, the ability to turn over your roster quickly, when you have someone who's always going to have his team ready, they play harder than everybody.
Yeah.
Like they play. The fact that they were up on UConn at the half on Thursday, did you hear him at halftime? He's like, I'm so proud of my team.
Yeah.
In other words, he's like, we should not be winning this game.
Yeah.
And we are.
Yeah.
Now, at St. John's, if you're telling me I get a Hall of Famer who has not lost his fastball.
Nope.
He is just he is readapted and reinvented and just he's like a fine wine. And it fits in New York City. If you're telling me I get him for 8 years in New York City playing home games at Madison Square Garden in this Big East, yeah, why the hell not?
Yeah.
Rick Pitino in the Final Four will happen at some point again before he calls it quits.
Wow. Love it. Now, what about the other side of the game of musical chairs in the Big East? You're going to Georgetown tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Ed Cooley. I think it's a home run hire. I think that Georgetown, they're a sleeping giant. They need a guy that has demonstrated that he can do it before. Like I thought John Thompson III was a great coach. Sometimes when you get the same guy in the same place for a while, the message starts to fall on deaf ears. You get these interpersonal relationships that get in the way of on the court. Patrick Ewing was a big swing. They took a swing. It was a swing and a miss. But Ed Cooley, he's a proven guy. I feel like Georgetown could also be in that Final Four discussion in the next 6 years too.
I think that's why Ed Cooley is the coach at Georgetown. I mean, at the end of the day, everybody's reading Twitter and people are making their theories and all that. And everybody loves all that. It's noise, it's buzz, it's chatter. Ed Cooley is the coach at Georgetown University because he believes that Georgetown resurrecting the program, bringing the brand back to the top of college basketball, winning, NIL resources, the priority of hoops there, and the donors in the district area. And if he can get them to a Final Four, he goes beyond the King of Providence. He turns into, even though he's a villain in Providence right now and probably will be for quite some time, he goes into a national legacy if he can get Georgetown to a Final Four. As, this matters too, as a guy who idolized John freaking Thompson, who's a legend, Ed Cooley, being a black coach, has been an activist in that space, and that matters to him.
Yeah.
Because if you're the coach at Georgetown, it goes beyond basketball, guys. It does. It's a bigger than basketball type of job.
Yeah. So, and $5 million a year.
And a nice paycheck.
Yeah, let's just at least say that part because he did get more money.
He did get more money. Now, Providence offered a comparable thing. It was less.
Well, is comparable $500,000 less? I don't know.
I'd say it's comparable. 4.5 to stay at home, and he's a Providence guy, right?
Yeah. So wouldn't you argue that, like at that point, when Providence owed him over $30 million?
Okay.
So, at what point do you say with $500K, like?
Yeah, I guess it's probably more the NIL and the you put it when we were walking down the hallway perfectly. It's if Georgetown has their best possible season and Providence has their best possible season, which team is probably going farther? It's Georgetown.
And which team is getting noticed more nationally?
Yeah.
And I hate to say, look, I love Providence fans.
They're the best.
They're the best. They're the best. I never have to pay for a meal on Federal Hill. I hope that still stands.
Uh-oh. I don't know.
You don't know?
Well, I heard that you were the one who got Ed Cooley to Georgetown.
No.
Oh, I heard you wheeled and dealed it.
Are you telling me that I have to go to Chicago to cover a DePaul game and get a free meal?
Yeah. Yeah, you come when we move our office, you're always welcome.
You went to Allstate Arena one time.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That was not nice. That was not nice. Allstate Arena where DePaul used to play, and also the Sky Champions, not Champions a couple of years ago.
It was next to a Target.
The Wintrust is really nice. DePaul
Really nice. Now
needs a coach too.
Tony Stubblefield.
I know, but they like, it feels like PFT said, you now have big time names in the Big East when it comes to all these coaches. Maybe Jay Wright. Jay Wright goes to DePaul. I miss Jay Wright. I also here's one.
Wait, how much is it? Is that going to be the new thing?
Oh,
like
every
is that
time.
going to be your?
Oh, yeah.
Now Pitino settled in. Is that your new video? Sometimes you have to.
Yeah, it's Jay Wright. Jay Wright's everywhere.
He's going to be your new guy.
He's got to be the new guy. Well, here's a question. Providence. What I really want, I want a brother at Providence. I want a Hurley or I want a Miller.
Yes.
Archie Miller's already in Rhode Island. Let's have brother fights in the Big East.
I mean, we're basically there. Bobby Hurley in the Big East would be a dream because at Providence, let's face it, Providence UConn fans, they despise each other.
Yeah.
Despise. So if you got brothers going at it and you've got Bob Sr. in the middle being like Mother Nature and Heat Miser, Cold Miser.
Yes. I mean, and listen, I'll settle for Archie. If you tell me I can't get Bobby, I'll settle for Archie.
Miller time. I mean, I like Archie. It was a tough first year at URI. It was year one.
All right, so one last question about the Georgetown job. You are an insider. You know every name that gets talked about. Was Jay Williams ever considered?
He was.
I mean, he said that he would take the job.
No, he was, because he said, I believe the exact tweet was, since so many people are asking, I'll address it here.
Oh, get up, more like get down.
So he wasn't.
Look, I love Jay Will. I mean, I don't know him at all. He'll probably look at this and think, "What does this guy think?" I mean, who's this Drew Carey? I don't give a damn. Jay Will, no hard feelings. Jay Will, no hard feelings. You were never going to be the coach at Georgetown.
Yeah.
Like, let's just call a spade a spade. What was that tweet?
I don't know.
I think he saw the potential of a job opening, and he thinks that it's good for his name, for his buzz, to be linked to jobs. Or maybe he got hacked again. Remember he got hacked when he reported that was it Ime Udoka is going to be the first African-American head coach of the Boston Celtics.
Yo.
Yeah, and then everybody was like, hey, there's Doc Rivers just won a championship there.
Yeah.
And he was like, I've been hacked. I'm trying to find out who the hacker was. So maybe he got hacked again.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So who else was being considered for Georgetown, if not Jay Will?
I mean, I don't. I mean, Micah Shrewsbury at Penn State is being considered by everybody.
Yeah.
Although Penn State put out the report last week to John Rothstein that they're backing up the truck.
Why not to you?
Well, Happy Valley.
Okay, all right. Let's get some of those scoops too.
I sensed a little animosity there when you said John Rothstein.
Oh no! JR's a friend.
Okay.
Yeah.
JR's a friend. I would share any meal with JR.
He's a friend of ours as well.
Yeah, we love John.
Yeah,
we love.
But let's get some scoops out of Happy Valley for Johnny Fanta.
We'd have to do some scooping.
Wet the beak.
Don't they have good ice cream over there?
Yeah, they do.
They claim that they're going to back up the truck for him. And at the end of the day, like, if you're Penn State, I know that basketball's not first, but do you really want to get him? Like, do you really want to lose your coach to somebody that's not?
No, they're in a weird position where Penn State is like they're a big enough state school that's not good enough at basketball, so they are kind of a stepping stone job. But as far as university pride, you don't want to ever think that anything at Penn State is a stepping stone.
Do you think that Micah Shrewsbury and James Franklin get together for lunch?
Being like, where are we going? Want to go to USC together?
I don't think so. I think Shrewsbury probably wins like 6 games in a row, and then Franklin will be like, "Hey, congrats to the basketball team. You guys are doing good." He'll do a little video, then go back to his office.
Yeah.
Don't you love the coaches of other sports this time of year when they're at these games?
Yeah.
Like Michigan State, Izzo's just got a whole entourage.
Yeah.
Of people behind him. And I'm curious. Here's my question to you guys on this show. By the way, Cooley was the top target for Georgetown. They got the top target.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, makes sense. Seems like both St. John's and Georgetown got their top guy.
Yes. Speaking of other sports, though, do you guys believe Nick Saban and ends up in Houston if Alabama reaches the Final Four?
I don't know. Not after the comment of there is no wrong place, wrong time. That was a message. He was sending a message to Nate Oates. I believe that.
I agree with you.
Yeah. That
wholeheartedly.
I mean, it wouldn't, like, it was very clear what he was saying because, and we were talking about it on the show, like, that when Nate Oates has that happen with Alabama basketball program, it looks bad for all of Alabama sports.
That's absolutely the truth.
And Nick Saban doesn't like that.
No, he doesn't.
Right.
He's not. Nick Saban is never going to look bad in Nick Saban's mind and in the minds of everyone in Tuscaloosa. Nick Saban, except when he was on the TV desk during the playoff and somebody was talking about, and he got kind of pissed off at that.
Yeah.
But Nick Saban's anything that jeopardizes that is going to have Nick Saban through the roof.
Yes.
And that did. It's a bad look for Alabama. We all know that.
A great message, too, which was by saying wrong place, wrong time, and then having everybody react to it, and then being like, I didn't mean anything by saying wrong place, wrong time. Now Nate Oates is like, oh, shit, is Nick Saban living in my head rent-free, and I'm just imagining this entire thing. That's Nick Saban with the ultimate mental power play on him.
In other words, right place, right time for Nick.
Yes. All right, so you're going to Las Vegas.
Yes.
Tell me that UConn can get to the Final Four because I have a future on them. What do you think in this? We'll go through each region, but what are you thinking in this region, which is UConn versus Arkansas and then UCLA versus Gonzaga in the lower part?
I think you could be jumping for joy.
Yeah?
On Saturday night.
Yeah.
You're due.
I am due.
You do.
I'm very much due.
I've been following you.
I'm very much due.
I think that you're in a position here. I think this has a chance to be your best second weekend of the tournament.
Ooh, okay.
Your performance metrics are on the rise. There's something to be said here, and you haven't peaked.
No, I have not. I've yet to peak. Is UConn going to be my peak?
I think they can be.
Yeah.
And frankly, they're getting they're getting Arkansas. So Connecticut gets a draw. What if I had told you Iona and St. Mary's? Okay, you would have said beforehand, yeah, where do I sign?
Yeah.
Okay, and I'll knock out Kansas for you.
Yeah.
Now, Arkansas, don't get me wrong, very talented. They're a top 20 metrics team, so they're not your typical 8 seed. They're far from an 8 seed.
Yeah, and Muss isn't. We love Muss. He is a hell of a coach.
Love him. I'm wondering if Dan Hurley will take his shirt off if he wins this game.
Okay.
Counter shirting.
Yep.
But here's why I love UConn. Adama Sanogo is playing as well as any big man in America right now. 52 points and 21 rebounds combined in the 2 NCAA tournament wins. Jordan Hawkins, in 5 minutes of the St. Mary's game, hit 4 threes.
Yeah, he unlocks them.
He unlocks them. When he's hitting threes and they're getting tempo, good night. Because you have to call timeout to stop it. It's like an avalanche effect.
Yeah.
And then you pour in the Joey Calcaterra, Alex Caraban, the freshman. Last year, Connecticut's biggest problem was the ball would just stick. They didn't have perimeter shooting. Dan Hurley was like, you know what? I've got these bigs. I've got Sanogo. I know Klingon's coming in. I've got Andre Jackson to do all the little things. I need some shooting. I need shot makers.
Yeah.
Like Rick Pitino just got done saying at his press conference, he goes, at the end of the day, right now in college basketball, I've got to find shot makers. And UConn has one in Hawkins, and everybody seems to benefit when he unlocks something from 3. Everybody else plays with confidence. So that's why UConn can do it. They've got to generate good tempo against Arkansas. Don't get stuck in the half court. But defensively, if they can contain Devo Davis and keep Ricky Council from having those spurts, Arkansas is a big spurts team.
Yep.
You have to avoid that patented 8-10-0 run where Muss is just going crazy and they're clicking on all cylinders. That's going to be a phenomenal matchup in Vegas to kick off Thursday.
It's going to be great because I also think UConn, and like I said, I love Muss. So it's one of those things. I have a future on UConn. If Arkansas ends up going to the Final Four, I'll be very happy for them. But I do think Arkansas, their strength is they want to go to the rim constantly, and UConn can actually defend that.
They can defend that. UConn's going to try to shrink the floor and say, we dare you to shoot the 3. Now, does Arkansas have guys that can hit it? Yeah, of course they do. Of course they do. They've got men.
Yeah.
Like even their freshman class is beyond their years. So those are pros. So it's going to be interesting because, to your point, Connecticut's the team that previously wasn't able to beat teams in a game on the perimeter, that gets decided on the perimeter. But Hawkins is playing like a top 20 pick in the NBA draft right now.
Yeah.
So if Tristan Newton plays well for UConn and they can negate what Davis and Council do, Look, I love Arkansas. I really do. And you just said it. If they made the Final Four, their fan base in Houston would be something to behold.
Yeah.
But UConn as a storyline is very buzzworthy, but the play on the court speaking for itself right now. They have it going, and that's why I give them the edge over Arkansas because of their ability to protect the rim and because Sonogo can say, the front court is mine.
Yeah, I like it. I'm pumped up. I'm ready for this game. And then the bottom of that, though, Gonzaga and UCLA, those two teams are very, very good. Gonzaga, I don't understand, like, it feels like people aren't talking about it enough, but they are, when they get humming, you can't really stop them.
No, you can't. You cannot stop Drew Timme. And when he gets help from a Robin, typically it's been Julian Strother, who I think is the key to this game because of Jaime Jaquez on the other side. But Gonzaga just showed it against TCU. When they get going with their tempo, when they're stringing baskets together, they are a dangerous, dangerous team. But how about the fact that we get Gonzaga and UCLA 17 years to the day of, oh, what a game! Oh, what a game! UCLA! When the Bruins came back from 11 down against the Zags and beat them.
Crying.
Yeah.
What's that?
Morrison crying.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Epic.
And now Morrison will be doing radio for Gonzaga.
Yeah, he's a friend of ours. He's the best. He's great.
He is. He's awesome. I'm curious to how many times does the TV camera take him on Thursday night? I mean, he's
over under 3.5.
I'll hammer the over.
Yeah, over definitely.
Yeah.
over because they'll come back. They'll do a story like on his mom.
They'll do like
family,
3 shots in the second half, probably, especially if it's a close game.
Yeah.
And a rematch of the buzzer beater 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And the buzzer beater 2 years ago. So these two teams have a lot of history. High intensity game. Guys, I love UCLA. I love them.
Even with the injuries.
Even with the injuries. Jaime Jaquez is the biggest winner in college basketball. He's a winner in every sense of that word. Tiger Campbell initiates. He stirs the drink for them. I love the way that they are playing. I'm going with the Bruins because they're defensively, I think they're in line even without Clark. And to me, as good as Gonzaga is, I don't trust their backcourt, and I do trust Tiger Campbell.
Ooh. All right.
Okay.
So you want to kick it to the other games? We've got Michigan State, Kansas State. I love Noel mostly because he's short and because he's just electric. Like his passing, his driving.
Yeah.
He's the guy that stirs the drink on Kansas State for sure.
Yes, he does.
And so going up against Izzo, we talked on Monday's show about just how dangerous Michigan State always is, especially when they're, not the highest seed. So I'm excited for this game, but I feel like nothing's getting in the way of Tom Izzo right now. Noel's going to try, but I still love Michigan State in this one.
I really badly want to go with the kid from Harlem.
Mr. New York City.
Mr. New York City. Because I thought Kentucky played well enough. Like if you were Cal on Sunday, you had to be really pissed off to the point of, man, I really did design a game plan that could have been fit to win.
Yeah.
Kentucky was up by 4 inside 4 minutes to go. I thought they were going to win.
Yeah.
Noel just took the game from them. He said, I am not leaving here without a dub. And I love the way that they're playing. But I cannot bet against a man who the last 2 times he's been in the second weekend, he's made the Final Four.
Yeah.
Who, in 28 years at the helm, he's made the second weekend of the NCAA tournament 15 times. So he's batting over 50% on making it to the Sweet 16. I cannot bet against a man who's got Tyson Walker, who's got H.A. Hoggard, who's got Jaden Akins playing well. And Joey Hauser is the Brady Manick of this NCAA tournament.
Oh, should have gone to Wisconsin. Should have transferred to Wisconsin. He should have. I DM'd him when the Hauser brothers were leaving Marquette. They didn't answer. It's bullshit.
Are you still waiting?
I'm still waiting. Maybe does he have a year left? I don't think so. He might.
If he has a year left.
COVID year. Everyone. Drew Timme has a year left.
It hit me a couple weeks ago when I was doing Big East Awards at the Garden, and Jack Nungy of Xavier, who's a really good player, except Scholar Athlete of the Year, and he walks up to the podium and he goes, I really want to thank my wife.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is the world that we're living in
Yes.
college sports.
Yes.
Joey Hauser should not have another year of eligibility.
But he might.
Do you think? What if he answers you after?
And he's like, okay, I'll think about it. after he declares
6 year
leaves.
at Wisconsin.
Joey Hauser.
So with Izzo, I feel like great coaches.
I'm going with Michigan State, by the way.
I feel like great coaches are always, if you're running up against a team with the hottest player in America, if that's your best player and your offense runs to that one person, I'll take a great coach figuring out a way to hold that guy or to contain that one player.
You're right, because he did it with Tyler Kolek. Tyler Kolek was on a roll for Marquette, 2 early fouls, and then 7 points in that game. Tyler Kolek scoring 7 points, being held to single digits. I mean, Izzo said, I'm going to take Marquette's best player. I'm going to take the Big East player of the year, Big East tournament most outstanding player. I'm going to take him away. And it worked perfectly. And I think because of that scheme, it can work with Noel. But not only that, just Michigan State is getting front court play that suffices as opposed to what they were getting earlier this year. Matty Sissoko has been better. Cooper has given them some solid contributions. So for Michigan State, they've come into form. It took them some time, but they're a team with quite the season arc. I mean, let's face it, they went through injuries. Malik Hall is now back. You know, you go through an on-campus tragedy like they had. They're playing for that. Tom Izzo is Michigan State University.
Mm-hmm.
He is. Like if I said, you know, the Benetti first person you think of?
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't think I'd pick anybody over Izzo.
No.
And that's one of the few times where the basketball coach, even in 2023, comes ahead of everybody else.
Yeah, no, it's true.
We're having a debate of whether or not Michigan State's a blue blood, and I think you've solidified it. I don't think that they're a blue blood. I think that Tom Izzo is a blue blood.
Oh, I like that.
Cut him and he bleeds blue.
Yeah.
He wouldn't like that.
No.
Cut him and he bleeds green. Joey Hauser does have another year.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does. I just looked it up. This is an article from March 8th, 2023, so 2 weeks ago.
Wow.
It says MSU forward Joey Hauser says unlikely he'll return for another season.
That's not a no.
Which
he said
to Michigan State, which
yeah,
means
MSU's
Wisconsin.
Joey Hauser, on his potential for another year says never say never, but basically says this is his last year in college. I love it. I love that we get like this because part of what people have complained about college basketball is that guys don't stay long or they transfer. Like having guys stay for 5-6 years, I kind of like it.
So are you publicly inviting him
Yes.
to make a decision on your air?
Yes, he can come on the show and declare for the Badgers one last year, one last ride. Unfinished business, Joey Hauser.
But not if he decides not to.
Yeah.
Then he's not welcome on the air.
Yes. I also don't know, like, some of these guys, like Drew Timme. Drew Timme does technically have another year. Why wouldn't Drew Timme just go to, like, Arizona or UNC? Somewhere. I know that recruiting and, like, log jams and all that, but how fun would that be to be a guy who owned a small program and then gets to go to a big blue blood and then maybe finally get to a Final Four?
Yeah, I'm with you. Drew Timme to me seems like a guy that 17 years from now, if he was playing in a college basketball game, I'd be like, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm good. Like, the guy, and he's been in college basketball so long, he's sworn twice on the air in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The guy's been around for, I love him for the game. I love him for Gonzaga. He keeps them elevated. But you're right. Like, what if, you wonder if the thought ever crosses his mind, hey, I'm going to go to UCLA, or hey, I'm going to go to an Arizona, and I'm going to win the national championship there, and I'll go down a hero there.
Right.
Now, this is almost like NBA debate now. Like, what does a title mean?
Right.
If you ever won the title at Gonzaga, it would be like the Cavs in 2016. It's worth more than one.
That's true.
It's worth more than one.
Oh, yeah, I
But
forgot you're a LeBron fan.
Cleveland sports fan. Cleveland sports fan.
Okay, so no longer a LeBron fan.
No, he's a Laker.
Okay, all right, good. Mm-hmm. Good answer. Good answer.
I don't follow players.
Yeah, good answer. Johnny Fanta. Did you like our interview with Kevin Stefanski?
Great stuff.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Smart guy. Stefanski
real good guy.
He's going to get it going in Cleveland.
Yeah.
He's going to run the damn ball.
Maybe not.
If he runs the ball,
it is the Browns.
It's going to happen.
Not.
Well, no, I think Kevin Stefanski's a great coach, but there are some teams. My own team, the Bears, are the same way. Like you could have the best coach in the world. The organization still can fuck up.
If you were to power rank your fandom.
Third down! Pass completed for 13 yards for a Pittsburgh Steelers first down.
Browns number 1?
Yeah, Cleveland, football town, heart and soul, hard land of America, 6 a.m., Muni lot, beers, fun, pancake, sausage. It's Cleveland Browns football.
Yeah. I
Cleveland
like
Browns
that.
football. Browns, baseball's actually second for me.
Okay.
Like my-
Indians or
Indians.
Guardians,
Yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
have a very fun team.
Fun.
Yeah.
Love Jose Ramirez and Terry Francona. Please just stay healthy, Tito.
Yep.
You can have the job forever.
Yep.
And then Cavaliers. I mean, I love all three teams like your children. I really do. But football comes first in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Facts
Okay.
are facts.
Back to the tournament.
Yes.
Is it Alabama's tournament to lose at this point? Because it feels like their region, especially, they should be in the Final Four.
Yes.
They're the most talented team. They've been the most talented team all season. What trips them up besides the Rico Bosco mush? Because that could happen.
So on their side of the bracket, and I mean on the total side,
Right.
between the South and the East, there's nobody there that I
Right.
think can pull it off. Really, there's nobody there. The interesting team, I would say, this weekend for them is if they were to draw Creighton in the Elite Eight, just because Creighton was a preseason top 10 team, but guys, they played like it last weekend.
Yeah.
Like, they beat Baylor by 9. It was never in
No,
question.
it was never in
I was
question.
surprised.
Yeah.
We've just become accustomed to seeing Scott Drew and the Bears kind of make some things happen.
Yeah.
They got beat. Ryan Nemhard had 30.
They wore the wrong uniforms.
Yeah, I think they did.
They
Yeah.
should have worn the highlighters.
They should have worn the Grand Canyon uniforms.
Oh, yeah.
That was a great story, wasn't it?
Yes.
You want to share the story?
Yeah, it
We
was.
probably have some insight I don't have.
No, I think you have more.
Okay.
You're on the tournament coverage. Like, you're doing a
They
good job.
Grand
You
Canyon
have Pete
forgot
Gillen
their
still alive,
uniforms.
right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, good.
But yeah, they forgot their uniforms, right?
They forgot their uniforms. The uniforms were not for. I don't know if they were forgotten as much as they were. There was an error in transporting them. Mm-hmm. So there's an error in transporting them. How does that happen? All the instruments for the pep band got delivered, but the frickin' uniforms didn't get delivered.
Yeah.
What? How does that happen? So as a result, Grand Canyon is screwed. But Bryce Drew is the coach at Grand Canyon, so he says to his brother Scott, I don't know what to do. We're just going to wear like some random T-shirts for our shoot-around. So, brotherly love, he helped out Grand Canyon with some Baylor uniforms.
Wow.
Maybe those were the good uniforms that would have got him that dub.
Damn.
That's tough.
Maybe once Grand Canyon wore them.
Oh, they
They
caught.
put the stink
they
on
caught-
them. Oh,
Yeah.
no. That was what it was. That's
The
absolutely
Bears
what it
went
was.
to the Grand Canyon.
They got
Yeah.
full-blown Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
They contracted it big time.
That's tough.
What about Tennessee? Because our theory on this show is that Rick Barnes is actually in the best position he's ever been to advance through this tournament farther than he's ever gone because there are no expectations on him.
Yes.
No one thinks that Tennessee is going to be a threat because of
Yes.
injuries. But now that he doesn't have the pressure of, because if Rick Barnes loses on Thursday night, the storyline is not going to be Rick Barnes still can't get it done in the tournament.
No.
It's going to be, it was a banged up team. They were a flawed team right now. So is this actually where Rick Barnes finally gets to a Final Four?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Johnny Fanta's bringing the tape.
'Cause you know who we
yeah.
have futures on this show, Johnny.
Yeah.
You're patronizing us.
He's got
He's got
UCLA,
UCLA, UConn, and Tennessee all getting to the Final Four, which
Yeah.
is not possible.
That's
but
not
I
possible.
appreciate it.
That's not
And
possible.
Purdue. You probably got Purdue
That's not
still in
possible.
there.
I've got UCLA. Screw it. I've got UConn making the Final Four. I've
That's
got
cool.
Connecticut making the Final Four. Tennessee, I really look at the way that they're playing, and everybody's like, well, they're ugly. Yeah, but in the tournament, that allows you to win.
Yeah.
Oftentimes. Mm-hmm. So it's Virginia's scheme, and sometimes it backfires. But when it can click, it can work.
Yeah.
And right now it's working. Olivier Camois is on a mission. Santiago Vescovi, sometimes when you have two great players, like Vescovi and Ziegler are really good, and I'd rather have them than not. And it's sad that Ziegler's gone, but like Vescovi now is like, I know I have to do this for my team,
Yeah.
so I'm going to just deliver. And I felt that against Duke. Next to the FDU win over Purdue, that was the result I've been most surprised by in the
Really?
tournament. Because Duke had won 10 in a row.
They were hot.
But I got bad vibes the moment that we heard Mark Mitchell's not playing today. Like 2 minutes before tip-off, they found out. I'm like, uh-oh. Like, this is interesting here when you have a lineup change so late. Duke never clicked in that game. They never. And Tennessee makes you uncomfortable. Tennessee should beat Florida Atlantic. Let's call a spade a spade. They should beat FAU. I like the story that Dusty Mays put up. Great name, by the way. It's going to end. I think Tennessee wins. I hope that I'm wrong and that the Owls hoot on, but I like Tennessee.
Hoot on.
Hoot on. Yeah, hooting on.
But what I like about Dusty Mays, what he did after they won, he said, like, we're going to have to study some rugby if we want to be able to beat Tennessee. Just putting it out there, letting the powers that be know, like, hey, you have to call this game a little bit differently than you called the game against Duke because they're going to come out, they're going to be throwing elbows. You know, Phil Jackson used to do that a lot. He used to make the storyline about, like, him talking to the refs before a big series or a big game. Do you think that Tennessee is going to be officiated any differently in this game than they were against Duke?
It depends on the crew. I mean, it really is crew to crew. Every officiating crew is different. Yes. The answer. I mean, does FAU have staying power though? Maybe they do by being just a random school.
I think they got bad vibes. Actually, they had great vibes until that last second missed dunk. Bad vibes. That's a karma play. Mark that down. That's PFT's karma play of the NCAA tournament. That's going to come back to haunt them. Not the fact that Tennessee is a superior team with superior players and better scoring and better defense. It's the fact that he bricked that last second dunk that's going to bite him in the ass.
Are you also suggesting that had Coach K been at the game last weekend, that the officiating would have changed?
He was there. He was in the building somewhere, lurking.
I think that Coach K
was like Sting up in the rafters. You know he was.
I think after that brick dunk, Coach K wishes to God he had been there just so he could go down onto the court and say, hey, you're too good a player to be pulling a stunt like that at the end.
That was a different game, but it doesn't matter.
Go into Tennessee's locker room and coach them up. Be like, listen, guys, I don't like how you played today. He would have done that. He never coached another man's team unless you're Coach K. He can coach anyone's team. That's what he thinks.
You think he'll coach again?
No. But I would love to see him back out there because he's a nemesis that I'd love to have.
Where would he go?
NBA?
Johnny?
John, do you have sources? He's not coaching.
Because you asked that sounds like a question we would ask, and we're stupid as shit, and you're smart. So why
what are you doing?
It's not happening.
Why would Johnny ask that question?
It's not happening. I hope he coaches a grandchildren's game. That's what
so
I'm
I
kind of
could hate
rooting
him
for.
on that. Yeah, that would be great. I would root so hard against him in that game.
Well, how about that? The current St. John's athletic director, Mike Craig, was his right-hand man. Remember Coach K showed up to a game at the Garden a couple like in the regular season? So does Coach K show up for a Rick Pitino game at the Garden?
Oh,
I would love that.
Huh.
Maybe takes a half or something.
Okay. All right, and then in the Midwest region, which we have to talk about because there's really good teams, Houston, Kellen Sampson said it himself. He's like, a lot of times we just play like shit. They're hard to watch, but man, do they just beat the hell out of teams. Like what they did to Auburn in the second half, that might have been the most impressive performance in the first round or first two rounds because they just killed them.
They took them to the woodshed, and they have a setup where they can ride somebody offensively in a half, like they did against Auburn, where it's not just Sasser, as good as he is. It could be a Jawan Roberts. It could be Tremont Mark. Like they've just got dudes. And Sasser being good, huge. Because if he's not good to go, then there's real concern. I give him a lot of credit. When he said he was 100% for the game, I've got to be honest with you, I didn't believe a word of that.
Yep.
And I expected him to struggle because you got a groin injury. There's been no sign that you're okay. And he played through that, and they played through that. Their defense is relentless. It's absolutely relentless. But, hot take, Miami can beat them.
Ooh.
And I'm going to be the one guy that picks Miami to win.
Wow.
Okay. Because Miami is a bad matchup for Houston. They're a bad matchup for Houston. Nigel Pack, Isaiah Wong can line it up in a second. They are both players who have spurt ability to a T. I'm talking, in their first tournament game against Drake, it's Wong who comes. Actually, it was Pack who came up big. In their second tournament game against Indiana, it's Wong who comes up big with the 20-plus point performance. To beat Houston, you've got to shoot over them some. You got to make perimeter shots. You got to manage possessions. Jordan Miller is Mr. Steady for the Hurricanes. Norchad Omier, on the glass, an elite rebounder. Just sets the tone of physicality for them. So when you have a great backcourt, not a good backcourt, Miami's got a great backcourt. When you have a rebounder in Omier, when you have a coach in Jim Larinaga who knows how to scheme and who's kind of taken on this role of a friendly grandpa to a point that his kids, I think, play well for him because his whole demeanor is kind of settled. Like, Jim Larinaga could say, I'm retiring right now. I'm going to go play golf for the rest of my life, and it'd be fine. He doesn't have anything left to prove. He's done it. He did it at George Mason. He's doing it at Miami. They've got the right vibe to beat Houston, and I am going to go out on a limb and pick them.
Wow.
Because
Okay,
I think I don't trust Houston's offense, and there's a reason why Auburn was up by 10 at the half. I don't even think that Auburn team was that great, to be candidly honest with you. So when they were up by 10 at the half on Houston, I'm sitting there saying, man, Houston really does have some issues right now. Like, NKU was giving Houston some issues in the first round. I'm going out on a limb. Miami makes back-to-back Elite Eights.
And if you're a Houston fan, you're out there saying, thank you, Johnny Fanta, because there will be a graphic that comes
I'll
up
burn it.
that shows everybody picking Houston. Make sure to add, if they don't have John Fanta's pick on there, add it in your brain. Somebody did pick University of Miami. Thank you, Johnny.
Thank you, Johnny.
Now, you know that Dana Holgerson will be at that Final Four if they make it there. Houston,
we gotta go to his house.
Yeah, oh, yeah, for sure.
I totally forgot about
Hank will
that.
stay over for 6 days.
Yeah.
Holgerson's a great guy.
He's the best.
Great dude.
Wait, so is Miami in the Final Four? So right now, John Fanta's picks. He's got Alabama in the Final Four.
Yes.
He's got Tennessee in the Final Four.
Yeah, I'm going out on a limb, yeah.
You got UConn in the Final Four. Who's your fourth Final Four team?
Rodney Terry in Texas.
Okay. I like that pick.
Yeah, and that goes back to right now, Dylan Dessou is playing as well as anybody. I mean, in 2 tournament games, he's had 45 points and 20 rebounds. He's on another level right now.
And they have an all-time starting 5 team name guy, Sir Jabari Rice.
Love Sir Jabari Rice.
I mean, the best name.
Who comes in off the bench.
Yeah.
But has...
But you need one of those guys on your team to make a magical run in the Final Four.
Yes.
One name that everyone's like, whoa, Sir Jabari Rice, that's his name? Okay, cool.
Yeah, and I just think, guys, that this team, this group of players, when the Chris Beard stuff goes down, they had the personnel to get through that. There's so many other teams. 80% of any other team would have withered or maybe made the tournament and been a first-round bow out. This group has a dude in Marcus Carr who came to Texas for this chapter. This is why he transferred. They've got Timmy Allen, who I think is a guy who leads and a guy who steps up for them in different ways. Christian Bishop gives them, a different look when he comes into the game. Another transfer came from Creighton. A lot of people scrutinized him for going from Creighton to Texas. That's worked out. So I just like their makeup. I think that, and Tyrese Hunter went from Iowa State to Texas for this moment with the Longhorns. They've got a group of, by doing the portal as much as Beard did, I think a lot of these kids have a common ground. And they're playing hard for their guy in Rodney Terry, who, by the way, should be the head coach for Texas. Texas needs to stop thinking about what they're going to do, looking at what they're going to do. What could you imagine the confidence factor right now? Texas basketball. You ever want to win a national championship? Do you want to win one? I'd argue your chances are as good right now as they ever would be with Rodney Terry. What happens if Chris Del Conte, the Texas AD, says right now, puts out a statement or a tweet today or tomorrow morning and says, you know what? I've heard all the chatter. Rodney Terry's my head coach. If you're a Longhorns player, wouldn't you want to then just run through a brick wall?
Okay, counterpoint. John Calipari.
No.
No?
To Big Cat's point, though.
No.
In your line of thinking,
no, he's giving me a
which
hard
is right.
no.
I think John's right.
I wouldn't hire him
from
if I was Texas.
Like logically, you are correct, sir. I agree with 100% of what you're saying. But the reality at the University of Texas is, it's not always the athletic director that's making that call.
I know.
It's the boosters that have their names on buildings and names on stadiums that are making that call.
But what has Cal done in the last 4 years to make the donor that excited?
No, not a lot.
I don't think they know ball, though.
He's on a downswing.
He's a splashy name, right? And so if you're a big money Texas booster, you see Cal, you're like, oh, I recognize that guy's name. I want him.
Look, would I love it? Yeah. It's great for college basketball. if we see some massive seismic move of John Calipari going from Kentucky to Texas. I would love it. I think it'd be buzzworthy. I mean, I wouldn't love it for Rodney Terry. I think he deserves it. But you know what? In this business, you think you could be handed something. That's not how it goes.
Yep.
Cal at Kentucky has run its course. It's run its course.
Ooh.
You know, I think for both sides, it might be best for their best versions of themselves going forward to not be together.
What about Calipari leaves, goes to Texas, Jay Wright to Kentucky?
Well, that's going to be the theory every time.
And Max is shaking his head. He's not happy about that.
You're not happy about that?
He wants Jay Wright back now.
You want him back.
Jay's not going anywhere. He's staying.
Jay Wright, think about Jay Wright's life right now.
He retired. So
well, you could retire.
Retired from coaching.
Yeah.
We know how retirement works around here. I mean, you can say you're retiring and then...
Yeah.
No, so Jay Wright right now, here's Jay Wright's life. Jay Wright gets to go to the city of his choice for CBS Sports. He's typically going with Bill Raftery, and if he's not going with Bill Raftery, he's going with, a big-time play-by-play announcer. There are many, whether it's Ian Eagle, whether it's Spiro Ditas, I could go down the line with Andrew Catalan, and he basically is going into a town. He gets to sit with the coaches and chat it up. He can go to dinner, and if he's with Raft, they can shut down the bar. Mm-hmm. And when I say shut down, Bill Raftery turns 80 in August. An ode to Bill Raftery for having the energy that he possesses every single day in college basketball. The guy is still calling 1 million games a minute. He knows his stuff. His lines are good. It's not stale. It's not. And Jay Wright gets to live that life. He ain't going.
Yeah.
He retired from the sidelines for this lifestyle.
Yeah, but the counterpoint again, any of these guys who have had that type of success at that level, they miss it a little. The winning games. Of course. Winning games matters more than anything. There's no winner or loser when you're sitting on the desk.
That's why I think a year from now, you got me thinking with Kentucky and stuff. I think a year from now you'll see Chris Mack get back into college basketball coaching. He's been kind of quiet since the Louisville chapter ended.
By the way, I do think Rodney Terry should be the coach of Texas. I just like to play the game of John Calipari going anywhere.
I do too.
Yeah. And do you think that? So are you saying that he's officially on the hot seat?
Next season, he's got to go on an NCAA tournament run.
Okay.
So that sounds like hot seat to me.
That sounds like lukewarm seat.
No, it's hot because if it was, he's not getting fired right now, but the seat is heating up.
But is the seat heating up now, or is it heating up next year if he doesn't go on a run?
So, in my opinion, this is my logic with this. If you make the NCAA tournament again next year, and you have a one and done, or you win a game and then lose, you're now going on 5 consecutive years of no second weekends.
Yeah, they're supposed to be Kentucky.
They're supposed to be Kentucky. If you are the Dallas Cowboys, right, of college basketball, are you not?
Well,
yeah.
Kentucky's won something recently.
Ish.
Yeah,
Ish.
but they're the biggest brand.
Over a decade now.
It's been a while. All right, what would you compare them to? Kentucky?
No, I think you're right in terms of the brand. The brand. It's a flashy brand, and with Cal there, I think it even makes the brand. It's under a bigger microscope with him, and he just hasn't gotten it done recently.
Yeah, and I just think it's under a bigger microscope in general. And when you don't go on second weekend NCAA tournament runs at a school like Kentucky for a half decade, at some point we got to stop worrying about the number of stars next to a kid's name. That's not winning games in March.
No.
This sport is different now. You have to crush the portal. You have to figure out a way through NIL. Not just dropping bags, but figuring out a way to both drop bags and to make it work for your locker room. This Kentucky team this year was proclaimed to be a national championship contender. And I know Carolina's sitting at home and they didn't even make the tournament. But you know what? They made the national championship game a year ago. Right? When nobody expected them to. This Kentucky team was supposed to be a team that could, at the very least, be sitting here. At the very least, be sitting here in the Sweet 16. And the fact that they go home to Kansas State, who was picked dead last in the Big 12 preseason poll, that's sour. Again, it stings. Yeah. It's nothing against Cal personally. It's just a fact. Kentucky basketball has underperformed now for several years in a row.
I like the fire, and I mean, listen, we have a lot of fans of Kentucky. We get to host Matt Jones' show every year. He's been on our hot seat for like 5 years, so maybe we are actually the true Kentucky insiders.
You guys are. And you know what? Big Blue Nation is awesome. They're an awesome fan base. But Big Blue Nation, isn't your expectation level high?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I actually think that the people from Kentucky will get mad at us for this segment, not because we're putting Cal on the hot seat, but because we didn't go far enough. And say, like, I think that if you ask, like, a true blue Kentucky fan, they want him gone yesterday.
They're done.
Yeah, they are done.
So who would you hire at Kentucky?
Rick Pitino.
Yeah.
Rick Pitino
Or Rodney Terry.
Rick Pitino gets a call in 2 weeks from Kentucky. Sometimes you got to go home.
I'm not going to lie. That would be the most St. John's thing ever.
Yeah.
It would be. That'd be very Jets, wouldn't it?
It would.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, they are a New York sports team.
Yeah. Rick Pitino writes on a little cocktail napkin.
What if Kentucky? What if Kentucky hired Jim Boeheim? Good laugh for the boys.
Breaking.
Yeah.
Jay Williams.
Yeah, Jay Williams being considered. All right, well, I have one last question, Johnny Fanta. This has been awesome. Great to have you on. We're going to see you in Houston. You're going to be invited on Barstool Live from Kirby's Ice House. I think Dave's going to go after you for your Cooley water carrying. Yeah, it will happen. Roback question, promo code TAKE. Use promo code TAKE, get 20% off your first purchase. Q-zips, polos, joggers, hoodies, everything. I wear the joggers all the time. They're the most comfortable pants you can own. So who's cutting down the nets? The last team. Give us your national champion. Also, Wisconsin's still alive in the NIT if you want to just pick them.
Oh, man. Let's see here.
Are you going to stay out in Vegas for the NIT?
No. I'm not doing that.
Oh, come on.
I'm going to come back to Jersey.
It used to be the real national championship.
Yeah. I mean, in that regard, good luck to your Badgers.
Thank you.
But, man, my national champion.
No, don't do it.
My national champion.
Don't do it.
Is the Connecticut Huskies.
Yeah!
You're pandering,
Johnny.
Johnny.
Say Alabama. Yeah, you're pandering.
It's
That's
a pander
fine.
pick. That's fine.
Listen,
Yeah,
I need to.
No, it's not a pander. Look, I think everybody and their mother believes Alabama's going to do it.
Yeah.
Like whether we all know about what's going on with them, but I mean, real talk, it clearly has not been a distraction for this basketball team, as much as that sucks.
No, it's basically that South Carolina game they won in overtime.
Yeah,
that was it.
That was it. So, you know what? I think Alabama should win it. But there was something I saw from UConn last weekend that made me say they could do it. And so that's why I'm going out on a little bit of a limb.
I want to see Danny Hurley there.
I'll take UConn.
Can you tell me just how Alabama loses?
Yeah, they lose if they fall in love with a 3-point shot.
Yep.
Too much and go like 8 for 37 in a game.
They need a bad rim.
A bad rim. Like East Region, I don't see anybody being able to win it. I mean, I like Michigan State. I like what they're doing, but I don't trust Tennessee in the Final Four. Up in the, down in the South. In the South, Alabama to me is a shoo-in to make it. So then, by that virtue, they're going to be in the championship game. Mm-hmm. So, I think on the other side, could Houston win it? Yeah, but I just don't trust them always with their offense. Tennessee would be a pick too, but I'm going to pick UConn and go a little bit outside the box because I do think UConn's talent stacks up with anybody.
Okay.
There it is. There's my pick.
John Fanta. Go follow him on Twitter everywhere. John_Fanta. He is the best.
See you in Houston.
Yes.
Johnny Fanta is brought to you by Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in an accident, Morgan & Morgan makes it easy for you. You can file a claim online, upload pictures or evidence, text your lawyer, and get a settlement direct deposited to almost everything from your phone. Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm. Over 800 lawyers nationwide, over $15 billion recovered so far, over 100 offices, over 30 years of experience. The fee is free. You only pay if you win. Visit forthepeople.com/PMT or dial #law to start a claim. That's #law. If you're under the age of, I'm going to say 25, as a hashtag, #law to start a claim. Morgan & Morgan, the official firm of Pardon My Take. Fanta is also brought to you by Omega Accounting Solutions. Attention small business owners, you may be eligible to receive up to $26,000 per employee through the Employee Retention Credit. You are a responsible business owner. You continue to pay taxes and employ staff during the pandemic. Recover the payroll taxes that you overpaid as a refund of up to $26,000 per employee. Omega Accounting Solutions helps get back the money you deserve through the CARES Act. All it takes is a quick, easy, and free 10-minute consultation to determine if you qualify. Omega is the small business champion with teams dedicated to maximizing tax credits. CPAs even turn to Omega for ERC guidance. Don't miss out on your small business tax credit, even if you got the PPP loan. There's still time to find out if you qualify and file your claim. Call 855-505-DAVE or visit omegataxcredits.com/Barstool Sports now. And now, here's Daymond John.
Okay, we now welcome on one of our favorite recurring guests. Back in studio is Daymond John. He's here. He has what he's calling a legacy book.
A legacy book, yes.
It's called Little Daymond Learns to Earn. It's out now. Go buy it. I actually wanted to start. I was saying to you in the hallway, I don't know if you read Art of the Deal. I read Art of the Deal, so I know how to negotiate better than pretty much everyone.
That's true.
I negotiated with my son this morning. I told him, if you put on your clothes right now, I will bring home a book for you. And it was your book.
Right.
So your book's already helping my life.
Did he get excited?
Yeah, he was like, oh, thank you so much for the book. And I was
That's the
like,
key.
in the back of my head, I was like, I'm probably going to forget to bring it home, but that's fine. Whatever.
But that's the key, that he actually likes books right now. Because usually they're like, a book. Well, what am I going to do with that?
TV.
Yeah, I mean, they lie to you when you're a kid because books, when you're young, they're just pictures.
Right.
And then all of a sudden you have to start reading shit. And then
you
you're
do.
like, wait, this is bait and switch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is, so you've been working on this book for how long now?
I didn't realize I was working on this book for the last 30 years because I was trying to teach my oldest girls financial intelligence, and I didn't know how to. And when I first made money, I thought the financial intelligence was, you want a car, you go out and you work, I'll match how much money you have and get you a car. I was just teaching her how to work hard.
Right.
It wasn't financial intelligence. So I started looking around, and the reason why this is my legacy, is going to be my legacy, is because there's no book out there like this for kids 5 to 10 years old where it shows them how to build a business or what to do with money. All the books are princes and princesses. And now I have a new little girl. She's 6, 7 years old. And I'm tired of reading her stories about a prince that's going to one day come and check out her, gold slipper or something like that. And And I realized this is not out. And then our kids don't have financial intelligence. And at 17 years old, they can acquire $700,000 worth of debt that they won't pay off till they're in their 50s.
I always thought that was messed up. When you're growing up, you should. The biggest part of your life is going to be learning how to have money, spend money, what to do with your money. Your life is going to be centered around that to a certain extent for the next 60, 70 years. And they don't teach you anything about that in school ever. They teach you math that you're probably, certain parts of math in high school. I've never used calculus in my life. I've never used trigonometry.
I've never been in the same room as calculus.
Yeah, that's actually
how bad
true.
I was at
I
math.
took Algebra 2 twice.
Yeah,
I got a C+ the second time.
I love school so much. I took 7th grade twice.
Yeah.
But so it's not it's not a scam, or it's not some kind of like thing people want to do to us. They're not saying, oh, let's not teach our kids anything about money, and then all of a sudden let's prey on them. But what happens is the school system is broken. The school system is where the school system was 80 years ago. We needed to be able to build ships and build things and have a trade like that because we're going to war. Or they were teaching you how to be a good employee because there weren't companies that you started yourself. But the fact is that whoever's listening today who's graduating school, 50% of them will retire with a job title that doesn't exist today. That's like saying somebody 20 years ago you were going to be a podcaster.
Yeah,
or
that's
you were
us,
gonna be an AI expert or social media person or a pay-per-click manager. So you're going to not be taught financial intelligence and then at 17 years old take $700,000 worth of debt for a education you don't know you want to have.
Yeah. So this book, it's ages 5 to 10, 4 to 8?
5 to 10, parents can read it with their kids. And unlike when you think about a book, like when I read Catcher in the Rye in school, why the hell am I reading this?
Yeah, fuck Holden Caulfield. That book was, come on, let's read
phony.
this. Yeah, he is.
He's a big phony.
Dude, just grow up a little.
Yeah.
But when you think about your little boy, when you read this book, a kid loves repetitiveness. So what you would do is you'd read it every month.
Yeah.
Right? Because right now, the stat is like 60% of parents are uncomfortable talking about money with their kids. So now I figured because I'm literally the only African American on major television, on major network for the last 14 years that don't come from music, sports, or television, music, sports, or politics. I've been in these kids' living rooms for 14 years. So I'm trying to be the new Mr. Rogers and teach them what's going on. And that's what I'm trying to bring this financial intelligence to families and parents, and everybody.
Yeah.
I also think that sometimes people that don't grow up with money, they don't learn how to talk about money. They get like afraid to bring it up because in certain people's houses, like you bring it up. If you don't have money growing up, your parents just tell you don't talk about money. Like it's a taboo topic.
It's bad, right? And it's not, right? So I put it in a real soluble way where little Daymond wants to earn. He wants to get some stuff and he wants to make his own. He starts his own business, fails. Then he realizes he needs friends and he needs to tap into his friend's skill set to help him make money, and they all make money. So when your little boy, I don't want him thinking he can only be a superhero because web's got to come out of his wrist so he has to fly. But if I can show him, like the Avengers, instead of fighting Thanos, what you need to fight is you need to just grab each other and get each other together. And then I use the fact that you could dance, you could sing, you can draw, you're a gamer, and we can make money having fun. And that's what people need to understand.
So, do you explain, or maybe you could explain it to someone, like we have a lot of listeners that are maybe 5 years old. Inflation, how does that make sense?
Well, inflation means that the cost of everything is rising, but you can make money off of inflation. If you buried $100,000 in the ground, 1975, you pull that $100,000 in cash up, it could barely get your Mercedes-Benz. But due to inflation, if you buried a diamond in the ground that worth $100,000, it would be worth 1.75.
Right.
$1.75 million today.
So why do we print more money when we get out of it? This is, again, questions for 5-year-olds.
Yeah, right?
Right.
Of course.
We're not.
But you guys came into money, right?
Well, we did, but I'm wondering, I now need some tips on...
well, what would you do with the money now?
Okay.
What
I would bury it.
Because if you
gamble it responsibly.
I would bury it.
Wait, one second.
Okay.
I put my hat on because...
okay.
Oh, I like that. You got a top hat.
Nice. Teach us.
I see I'm needed here.
Bring top hats back.
When I'm on Shark Tank, no little kid gives a shit about my $10,000 Tom Ford suits. But when I wear this hat...
this is awesome.
when I wear this hat, they want me to create magic, and I'm going to show them magic on how to get the hell out of their parents' house at 21 years old or turn $1 into $3. So you're going to use your money gambling?
Well, listen, you have $5, and responsibly you say, if I take one of those dollars and I hit a parlay, now I have $20.
And what are the odds on the parlay?
I'm not a mathematician.
Understood.
But I really like this team.
Yeah, you really like the team. Well, so an asset is what feeds you and a liability is what eats you, right? So let me ask you something. What do you think is an asset or liability? Okay, I'm gonna give you choices.
Asset.
Let me give you a choice
I'll just give you one and then you give me the choices. Asset, working with PFT, liability, working with Billy. I kind of nailed that, right?
I think so.
I think I nailed that.
I was going to say you have the walking definition of a liability in this room.
He's right there.
Right now. It's Billy. He'll give you a rash in 2 seconds.
Billy, what do you do?
Billy doesn't know that.
Billy's actually struggling with
set,
taxes right now.
That's a very interesting question.
Yeah. It's not a tough question. What do you do, Billy?
Stuff.
Like what?
Yeah.
I try to help out as much as I can. Sometimes it's beneficial. Sometimes it's content.
Yeah.
Well, wait. I like the fact that he said.
I'm
content
Billy,
as the negative
that's
part.
the same description as a drug dealer. But I'm trying to find out what exactly did you do here.
Yeah, that is. You're right.
Well, they have a product. That's
What's the product?
that's debatable.
Billy is the drug.
Yeah.
So I think you're accurate about that assessment of what Billy does.
He's the liability.
All right. So you got some money. All right. Let me ask you, what's the asset liability? A 80-foot yacht, paint purple, with just a bunch of TV screens on it, and you sit there all day and you gamble watching TV screens on the yacht.
Yep.
Or a share of Amazon that they may deliver products right to you, or they own Whole Foods. Which one do you think is an asset or liability?
I'm a shareholder in Amazon right now, and I'll tell you, for the last 2 years, I would much rather be betting on the can't lose parlay every weekend.
Yeah, purple yacht. Bezos doesn't let his employees take a piss break.
Yeah, that's a good boss.
Well, you could see. So Amazon, you should be doubling down on Amazon right now, because right now, if a car you loved was on a 30% discount, brand new, wouldn't you buy a couple of them?
Yeah, but I mean, you can probably tell by looking at me, I'm a luxury brand guy, and right now Amazon,
Look
it's
at
like
his jersey,
so
Italia.
Italy. That's me. Okay, I want that yacht right now. I see Amazon stock. It's like, ew.
Yeah.
Gross.
Well,
Would
okay,
be
so
caught
this is
dead in
financial.
Amazon.
So you need to buy when it's down because it's going to go back up. So if you put your money in the bank, you would make maybe 3%. You put, let's say you guys just made some money. You put $100,000 in the bank. End of the year, it would be $103,000. You put it in Amazon. If it just goes back to where it used to be, that would be probably about $1,300.
Okay, that sounds better.
What about
Or
burying
$100,
it?
so it would be $130. Excuse me, I forgot which 100 or 1,000.
And then the $13,000.
Then you
in the
parlay it?
parlay.
You parlay.
You let the
okay.
winnings ride. You let
All
your
right,
money now. Yeah, now your money's making money. For
all right,
you.
well,
Now
then
we're
I
getting
see.
this.
Well, this is the whole reason why I'm writing this book for kids because adults like you are already too stupid to teach. So
Yeah,
I want
right.
to teach kids at about 5 years old to start understanding how to process it. So let me
You're right, by the way. I'm good at making money. I'm not good at like holding. The
let me
money.
show you what there's a simple and none of this stuff is hard really to understand. So let me show you something that you and any listener can do right now for the kids in your life. Just something casual to do. Okay? Your son, if he likes toys and stuff like that, and you want to buy him a nice little truck, right? Buy him a little Caterpillar truck, right? Mm-hmm. Buy him a share in Caterpillar.
Oh.
And then show him what that truck is equal to, and then take a picture of him that day, you know. The next
I like
birthday
that.
or the next holiday or Christmas, buy him a share in maybe Disney and a Disney product that he likes, right?
Oh.
And when you look at this book, all these shares that he keeps going over with and looking at over the course of the next 5-10 years, he's going to start to understand. Then you show him how much they appreciated, and how much did the truck appreciate, and how much can he sell that for, and how much
Okay.
can the stock be sold for. And if everybody did that with their kids, they would start to understand stocks. But let me show you the exact way the $3 works. So if you guys made $3, 3,000, 3 million, here's exactly how it's supposed to happen. The first dollar is supposed to go for what you have to pay for, right? Food, bills, whatever the case is. The second is an investment. Anything,
Okay.
real estate, whatever the case is. And the third dollar, you go and you buy what you would like to have, but you don't have to have. And if you don't buy it, then you put it back into number 2. What most Americans do is they put the money in, they do number 3 first because they worked hard, they want to treat themselves.
Right.
Right? Then they never get to number 2, and then all of a sudden number 1 is late and they're paying 18% interest on their credit cards.
Okay.
But if you teach your kids what 1, 2, 3 is when money comes into the house, because when you look at your kids and go, what the hell are you doing? And you know how hard I work? They go, no, and I don't give a shit. I came into this world just like this, and you were taking care of everything. Why would I give a shit?
Yeah.
But when you show them that type of stuff, I did the same thing with my daughter. She's 7. She had $300 at the end of the year. I mean, I don't know, Tooth Fairy's giving away $40 these days. I mean,
Wait,
I got
what?
40?
yeah, I got $2.25 for all my teeth and my tonsils, but no problem. We broke out the $300. I said, baby, here's $100. You got to give that to mommy and daddy because you got to help pay the rent. She said, basically looked at me with the I don't give a shit. No problem, take it. The second one, we put it into a little business. She's going to buy seashells. No, she's going to find seashells and put them into little glass bottles and sell those. And the third, I said, what do you want to do with this third? What do you want? Anything you want. She wanted a pet. She started off with a giraffe, but we ended up down to a little fish.
Okay.
We go to the store, we buy the fish, we bring it home. I said, baby, the money just bought you freedom. She said, what do you mean? I said, you didn't have to wait for Christmas. You didn't have to wait for your birthday. You didn't tell me, and I went and bought you a fish that you didn't want. This is what freedom is.
Yeah.
So what she started to understand, and all the parents can do this today with their kids, she started to understand that's freedom. And freedom is either going away on a vacation, giving to a charity, you know, parlay, whatever that is, right?
Yep.
But then we went back to number 2. She had bought 30 little bottles to full of shells, but she went and give away 20. I said, you can't give away 20 because you'll be bankrupt. She realized if she gives away 5, sells 25, she could then buy 60. And so on. She has financial intelligence, how
Right.
things work at 7 years old. Imagine if I kept doing the stock thing with her, and that
Yeah.
it keeps growing.
Do kids have to pay taxes?
Kids do not have to pay taxes because you usually pay the taxes for them at that
That's
point.
actually wrong because there's always the dad tax. Whenever my kids have food that I want, I take a bite.
Yeah, my son Chris, he's 4. He goes to Chipotle all the time because the Public Investment Fund of Saudi Arabia invested in him. And whenever he comes home, I'm like, let me get half that meal.
You know the Bureau of Child Welfare could be listening to us right now.
Wait, whoa, you don't take dad tax? Like when my son last night he had Mickey Mouse gummies, and I was like, dad tax, give me a couple of those. They get taxed.
You know, they get taxed in a certain way, but you're giving them a gift. So what are you gift taxing them?
Yeah, that's a gift
That's
tax.
what you're gonna call them, a
Yeah,
gift
yeah,
tax.
I'm gift
All right.
taxing them.
All right.
What? All right, so I love the idea about the stock. That's actually genius. You buy them a gift, you get them a stock, like $5 in Caterpillar. What about my daughter? She's a huge Lockheed Martin fan, and I really don't want
Your
to
daughter-
have her invest in bombs.
Well, I think your daughter should be. I think you should be listening more to your daughter than,
Okay.
than she should be listening to you if she's a huge Lockheed
Yeah,
Martin fan.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. She's their number one fan. She's about to be 2, but she's their number one fan.
It's a good company.
It's strong.
It's
It's strong.
the last
It's a
20
strong
years.
company.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Very strong.
Yeah, my son Chris again. He loves Halliburton too.
Oh, he loves Halliburton.
Yeah, big Dick Cheney guy. I'm curious. What's the worst piece of advice that you've ever received in business? Besides
good question.
going part of my take.
Good question.
Because going point, the worst piece of advice that I ever got in business was, "You're not guaranteed tomorrow. Spend it all."
So back to you're talking about like you have money right now.
Yeah.
You don't know what to do with it.
Right.
Besides get rid of it. Right.
Get what?
You're saying like if you have money, you might as well get rid of it because you don't know what else to do with it. That's bad advice.
That's bad advice because they're saying spend it all, meaning always reinvest in the business. There's certain ways to reinvest in the business, not necessarily putting money back into the business, because there's a lot of people out there that have large businesses and they spend all the money and they don't have anything to take at home, right? Because everybody usually gets paid off your business besides you. The people that are renting the building, the people that are providing the microphones, all the employees and all that other stuff, and you're not taking the money out for yourself. So they say spend it all on the business or various other things, and that's not really the best way to do it. What you should be doing is taking that business like McDonald's and using it for more real estate than hamburgers, right? You got to put it in and build something else within the business and let the money work for you in the business.
That's interesting.
At the end of your book, did you ever think about having like a page at the end of the book being like, and the best business advice is create a book that kids will buy? Because they never run out of kids.
They never run out of kids.
They never run out of kids. Think about it.
Well,
It's literally
you can reinvest
it's
it.
just every
Yeah, but you
year.
know how many-
there's
you know how
Every
many-
time I have sex, I'm thinking to
Yeah.
myself dollar signs.
kids. They
I'm
never
gonna
run out
make
of kids.
money off
well,
this
you
kid.
think, are you paying for that sex? You mean?
No, I'm making the money.
Oh, you're getting paid.
No,
for
well,
that?
I'm paying for it, but
So
my
you're
payment
going.
is
You're
an
going.
investment.
You're breaking it down cost per pump.
Yeah,
Yeah.
All right, I got you.
Yeah, 3 pumps at the station.
I'm very
Yeah.
efficient.
Yeah, I get
Yeah.
it. I get
Yeah.
it. So you're
All
you're-
business.
I like that. You're more a P&L kind of guy.
Yeah.
Huh? How much is your cost per pump these
I don't know,
days?
they call me all business skeet. I'm in, I'm out. I'm
Wait,
moving.
P&L, that's
You
Profits-
you said
profit
your
and
name was
losses.
what? Business Skeet.
all
No,
business
no, we
skeet.
got a guy named All Business Pete here, but it's a long
I want to
story.
know, what are you paying cost per pump these days?
I don't pay anything. They pay me.
Yeah,
They pay you.
Yeah.
I paid $20
I
bucks
actually-
a pump.
You pay $20 a pump.
$20
So
a
what is a good night
Usually
at home
it's only
cost you?
$40 bucks.
What does a good night at home
40
cost
bucks.
you?
40 bucks.
What does a good night at home cost you?
40 bucks.
40 bucks. But I gotta
pumps.
show you. So you got what they call phantom costs around there, because are you paying for everything at the house?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
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 So you're probably at about $200 per pump right now.
Oh, okay.
All
So
in.
you forgot about $180 worth of, because that's what we call phantom cost.
What does a phantom cost?
That you don't realize that it's costing you more because you're just thinking about what you're doing right there, but there's a lot of other things that are in play, and that's a phantom cost.
Okay,
you've got a bed, you've got covers on that bed.
Yeah, okay. that
No,
makes sense.
not physically like that. Well, that too. I mean, but if you're paying all of the bills around the house
Yeah.
and then everything else, then
The
it's
lights
different.
are on. The lights are off. Okay, so what about? So we had
You know we're talking about children's book today, right?
yeah, we're talking
Yeah,
about
I
children's.
just want to make sure we talk about children's
We
book.
are children.
Does little Daymond allow his employees to use the bathroom?
Yes.
Okay,
good
nice,
boss.
good, solid.
Yeah.
What about this SBV bank? So we broke it down for the people.
Yeah.
And we were like, well, it's not really that big of a deal because they'll just print more money. Is that true?
Well, the problem is if you give to that bank, now other banks can say, well,
Where's our money? Where's our
money?
bailout?
So that's a bigger issue.
Okay.
And that's way above my pay grade.
Are we about to be in a recession? I feel like
I
everyone
think
keeps
yes,
talking
we are.
about it. Really?
I believe so. Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
I got to
And
change
this is
some things around.
No. This is when you take that money because cash is king in a recession,
Mm-hmm.
right? And this is when you buy things because everything is at a discount, All right, so this is exactly why you need to know Little Dame Learns to Earn, because you buy things when they're down, not when everybody has money and they're rushing and buying luxury goods and things of that nature.
Okay. I'm about to buy a house, probably in like the next week or two.
Yeah.
My real estate agent keeps telling me, hey, PFT, don't buy this house just because it's around the corner from a wing restaurant that you like.
Yeah.
Hey, PFT, don't buy this house just because you're walking through the basement and they have a giant TV in the house as they're showing the house. But these are the things that attract my eye.
Right.
Is that good advice?
Well, I would think that a better advice would just go to a great wing restaurant with a big TV in it, and then you can just, pay for your meal there and get 50% of it. Of course, if it's a business, get 50% of it written off, and you don't have to inherit all those other things.
So I can just drive to the wing restaurant and watch TV
You
there.
could actually walk to the wing restaurants around the corner. Didn't you say you were around the corner?
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, I want to buy a more expensive house because it's closer to a restaurant that I like. Whereas I could buy a house that's 10 minutes away from that restaurant that's cheaper and then drive to the restaurant.
Right. So this book is for children because adults are already set in their ways, because you can always go to that restaurant, man, and take the money and just, look at the game over there and parlay right there.
Yeah,
right? Now we're making money.
So this book is fantastic. I am going to read it to my son tonight, and my daughter. But she's a huge Lockheed Martin fan. So what? I had a question about like where social media is going with the economic literacy, because you're obviously now part of this, doing it for kids. But what do you think when you see these guys on Instagram or Twitter who are like the life hack guys? Like this one guy the other day said that he does four work days in one day.
Yeah.
He does he'll just in the morning, that's one work day. In the middle of the day, that's one work day. And he's working 4 times harder than us. I prescribe to the 10X theory that if you just do 10X of everything, you'll just be 10X as rich. Do you think we're in a dangerous spot in terms of maybe some people who are full of bullshit?
Yeah, there's a lot of people out there that are full of bullshit, but there's a lot of people out there that are, it's just no difference. It's a different platform. There's a lot of people that are full of shit, and there's a lot of people that honestly are giving you great takeaways. But like anything you're doing, you should compare that life hack to various other professionals' life hacks and find the common denominator in all of them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Don't just listen to one person.
Okay, that's actually very good advice, because you'll see it. You'll scroll Instagram and it will just somebody be like, here's 10 ways that every successful person got to be a billionaire.
Oh, the grind set kings.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, listen, and here's for the adults too, because of course this book is for adults and children to read together, but a lot of people say, I don't have financial intelligence. I think you brought up a good point. The best thing to do if you don't have it right now is you just load up your phone with 10 or 20 Instagram or whatever accounts that talk about finance. Don't buy anything. And try to just scroll through those the same time in the morning when you're looking at bags, shopping, chicks, food, men, whatever you're looking at. And you scroll through those, and believe it or not, in a year or 2 years, you'll start seeing common things that you will be attracted to. Because whether you like sports cards trading, Bitcoin is obviously down. I think that there could be something there, right? Or you're looking at stocks or flipping real estate. You'll start to see something you're really attracted about, and you'll get interested in it without spending any money. Just do that, because like you said, there's a lot of people full of shit, so you don't want to follow one account that's all of a sudden going to sell you something.
Right.
But if you see 10 and 20 accounts you're casually going through, you're going to like, oh, you know what? Everybody's saying this. Everybody's saying that. Let me start looking at it for myself.
Okay. I like that. That's good advice.
I've got a serious business question for you here. What would you rather have, $500,000 or dinner with Jay-Z?
$500,000.
Okay.
But
Same.
wait, let me finish. At the dinner with Jay-Z, you can pick his brain on how to make $500,000.
Yeah, because most likely Jay-Z has said it a million times in various different ways. So it would be like me saving $500,000 just to spend 2 days looking at every single interview he's ever done, or I can even get somebody to do a whole report and break down everything he's done. So why do I need to listen to him? I could save $500,000.
Okay. How many times have you had dinner with Jay-Z?
Never.
Really?
Never. We hung out once or twice, but never had dinner with him.
Yeah.
Sounds like you should probably do it.
Yeah.
And not do the $500,000.
You don't even know. Maybe it'd be worth it.
It would be worth it. I could definitely learn from Jay.
Is there anyone out there that you would take the dinner with instead of the $500,000?
Maybe Warren Buffett.
Okay. But
Bezos.
You'd just be eating McDonald's.
Huh?
Warren Buffett just eats McDonald's.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Bezos would be a good answer.
Bezos.
Do you know Magic Johnson?
I do.
Can you text him real quick and ask him if he's going to buy the Commanders?
You want me to text him and ask
Could
him?
you?
Yeah. I think it's at LA time. He may not be up right now.
No, he's up.
No, he's
Oh,
up.
Magic's
I saw
grinding.
him
He's
tweet
working
about
out.
the seedlings in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's working out right now.
And why would I ask him that?
Because I'm desperate. I'm
For what?
desperate for him to buy the Commanders.
Why is that?
Because I want Dan Snyder to be thrown into the ocean and then run over with a steam cruiser.
You just received some money, didn't you?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should be.
I've been trying
You should
to.
be caring about some other stuff other than that.
Well, I've been trying to. I'm trying to get involved with Jay-Z's investment group with Kevin Durant and all those guys.
Oh, that's a good one. That's
Yeah.
a good one. Yeah. You know what? And how you doing that?
Just tweeting at him a lot.
Yeah. Is
that
he
what-
answering you?
No.
That's
they
a grind
answering?
set.
Not at
That's a
all.
grind set. He's
Yeah.
on his grind set.
Yeah.
Just wake up and tweet.
And what do you expect to do with that? Because I believe that group ask you, well, how can you help contribute? Because we don't want regular money because we all have money. We want smart money, people who are going to add some kind of,
So I've been thinking about that. I know some of the guys that work on the biggest sports podcast in America. So it would be, I think, maybe good for their brand to be like. You remember when we in the Iraq War when they had that dude that was Baghdad Bob that was just saying like everything's fine, don't worry, Saddam Hussein's doing great. That guy, that would be me for the Washington Commanders. I would just put propaganda out there all the time.
You would just go out there and do that?
I would do everything.
So let me. Well, when you tweet at him, what do you say? How do you? Because that's a pitch.
Yeah.
What is your pitch? What do you say?
Hey, Jay-Z, big fan. I got some money. Can I give you some money, and then I can buy the Washington Commanders with you and own a suite there?
Oh, okay. Well, why don't you just? Oh, okay. Well, why don't you just go and get a suite there now, and then when he buys it, the suite will probably go up, and you can flip the suite if you want.
I just want to say that I'm honestly, the entire point is I want to say that I'm an owner of the Washington Commanders because when I was 18 years old, I told my girlfriend at the time, one day I'm going to own the Washington Redskins. And so I'm really trying to get back at her for that.
Have you tried extortion?
Yeah. Where is she now? Do you know?
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
So how are you going to get back at her?
I just want to be able to say that. I want to be able to say like I own the Washington Redskins.
Okay.
Commanders.
Well, listen, that's really not a bad goal. How much do you think they would go for? Probably about $2 billion.
I think probably $6 billion.
Yeah. How much? What's your piece going to be worth? Do you think?
1% of 1% of 1% of 1%.
All right. Yeah, I think you may have a tough time with that.
Damon's reaching for his pocket. Is he going to take out his checkbook for PFT?
Do you want to get involved in my investment group?
No.
Are you about to make his? Are you about to give him money?
No. I was texting my security asking
Shit.
to get them to get me the hell out of here. I was trying to. I'm sorry. I was.
That's
trying
like
to,
your version of Oprah. It's like look under your
I was-
chair.
I
There's
was-
one Washington
I was trying
Commander.
to say, please save me because I'm not sure what just happened.
You get a football team.
Yeah, you get a football. You get a football team. All right, so Damon, this book is out now. Little Damon Learns to Earn. So everyone should go buy it, especially if you're a parent. I cannot wait to read it to my kids. What's the one last thing that you would tell parents with small children, maybe outside of the book, that's like, hey, this is another thing to think about. Here's something else that you should try to teach your kids.
That they have to listen. At the end of the day, they have to control the screen times. They have to put on.
That's good.
I deal with a lot of YouTubers and the ones who are creating, like the McClurys. They're creating a lot of stuff. And they say they only look at it 40 minutes. They have an automatic cutoff. I think it's under family usage, or you can go down to the store, get it 40 minutes. They cut it off. Now, what happens is this. They go, well, if you want to look at it more or have more time after that, they can always reward them by putting them on their iPad by going, hey, listen, if you do this, I'll give you more time on an iPad, right? Because instead of having to give them candy or give them other stuff, let them earn it. Because right now what's happening with kids is they're basically absorbing all that information on iPad. And when we were kids, our parents cut the TV off. But a kid will sit there and put an iPad on them and fall asleep and keep listening to the same stuff. And what happens is my 6 or 7 year old, she started having anxiety around the house because there's no shows for basically 6 and 7 year olds. After Peppa Pig and all that, well, now you got the other shows around 12. So every time that my wife and I got into a dispute, she was like, well, you getting divorced? Or she'd say, are you going to die? Or when am I going to have a baby? Because she's watching stuff that may have, Hannah Montana may have a great song on it, but they're really adult topics they're talking about in there. And these kids are falling asleep with these iPads on them when they're going to bed, and it's really programming their minds against a whole lot of other things that are not productive for them. So I think that's one thing we're doing with our daughter, and we're finding that we take it away, and after about a week, she didn't mind not having it for 40 minutes. After 40 minutes, she just decided to play and do something else and use her mind instead of worrying about when somebody's unboxing and worried about all these children on social media that are showing them how to play with toys. She's starting to do it herself, and then she started to pick up instruments and other things. So bottom line, cut the iPad down because the iPad is extremely dangerous. It's letting basically cartoons and a whole bunch of crap into your child's life where honestly, most cartoons have about 40 acts of violence in them per cartoon. We all grew up with Bugs Bunny and all these kinds of things. This is not something they should be absorbing too much.
Yeah. All right, that's good advice.
I got one last question about you're a fashion guy.
Yeah.
Your roots are in fashion. I'm a fashion guy.
I can see.
I brought Levi's back to the USA. I started that Levi's trend. And the whole NASA trend, that was me too.
The what trend?
The NASA. People wearing NASA logos everywhere.
NASA shirts, okay.
I invented those.
Okay.
What's next? I want to know what's next. I want to be on the cutting edge, the bleeding edge of fashion. What should I be looking at wearing as
you're a fashion guy, you
I'm
said.
a hype beast, yeah.
But you're a fashion guy. You should be telling me.
Yeah, but we're picking each other's brains here. I mean, you're looking at me. I'm showing you. I'm opening my kimono, telling you what I think is coming next.
Why are you opening your kimono?
That's how business people. I've heard people say that in meetings before.
I've never heard that before in my
I'll
entire
circle
life.
back on you and I'll let you know where I heard that.
Okay.
But what's next? What's next in fashion?
Fashion is anything that you want it to be. You know, you can't. Fashion is dictated by how you want to wear it.
Yeah.
Top
hats.
You know where top hats are totally in, right? But you know where like all the couture stuff, fashion really started was really the paupers that used to stand outside the royal palaces when they were getting married. They used to do their own runway shows outside, and they used to come up with rags and things of that nature, and look like they were royalty walking down the whatever, right? The street. Fashion is whatever you want it to be.
Okay.
Sweatpants.
What about crutches? What about designer, like crutches for people walking around with one crutch?
Like designer wheelchairs?
Yeah.
Do they
with
even
some
have
bling on
crutches anymore? Or is those things that you just put your leg up on and roll around with?
Oh, I like
scooters
those.
are nice.
Those are cool.
Yeah, those get me around the Golden Corral buffet pretty quickly.
Yeah,
That's
those
my
are
favorite.
cool.
Is going to a buffet and seeing people that have eaten their way into like a scooter.
Yeah.
Still hammering that buffet.
It's still hammering that
Scooter
buffet.
still works. Well, everyone should go out and buy it. You can buy it everywhere.
Yeah, we started talking about kimonos and buffets and scooters.
Yeah.
This is where the conversation usually goes. All right. Little Daymond Learns to Earn is out now. This is the first book of its kind, and it teaches financial intelligence in a fun way, as well as how to start a business. You read it to your child, every month for about a year or maybe 2 years, the same way they want to read, Dragons and Tacos and Stinky Wonky Donkey. But what it does is starts to process their mind on when they have things they want to do. They go, oh, wait a minute, that's just like in Little Daymond Learns to Earn.
Yeah.
And I gave you some ideas on what to do with your children with stocks. Buy a toy and buy a stock that matches it. Maybe put a whole bunch of frames up in the house or a nice little portfolio of a book they can look through with great memories. And I show you how to honestly, deal with $3. First dollar for what you have to pay, second to invest, and third for what you would like to have but don't have to have. And the second dollar starts to make so much over the years that it flows into 1 and 2. All right, because if you would have put automatic deduction of $100 in the year 2000 every single month, if you started that and you were 18 years old, by the time you're 65, it could average out to be about $1.5 million. That's by just doing an automatic deduction you will never see right out of your check for $100 a month. It would easily be at least $1.4 or $1.5 million by the time you're 60.
Dang.
That's
Well, so
compound
check it out.
interest,
Yeah,
right?
compound
That's
interest.
Carl Nassib, he taught me that.
Yeah. So I will release a review. I will read it to my kids, and I'll release a review. But Daymond, thanks always coming on.
Thank you, guys.
We
Thank
appreciate
you. This
it.
is honestly, I swear, I'm not being funny. This is literally my favorite show.
Yeah, I mean, this is like your third or fourth time on, so we love having you stop by.
I'm excited. Congratulations on what you guys have accomplished and making a little bit of money. And don't spend it on parlays. If you want to spend it, I got a whole bunch of crap that I bought from Shark Tank that I can sell you.
Okay, perfect. That's awesome.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Daymond John was brought to you by Cross Country Mortgage. Basketball players make basketball plays, but they also make plays off the court. Like the experts over at Cross Country Mortgage, they might not be doling out concussions or breaking bones, but they're dedicated to doing whatever it takes to get you into the home of your dreams. Cross Country Mortgage has a team of loan officers dedicated to getting it done, finding you the best possible loan terms available. They have an average close time of 21 days, which is ridiculously fast. They've got a wide variety of loan types, which means they've got everything to cover everyone. With a huge variety of products, they cover everything from renovations to refis and everything in between. So go with the players that will make the plays for you in buying a home. Cross Country Mortgage is dedicated to getting it done for you. Cross Country Mortgage, LLC, NMLS 3029, all loans subject to underwriting approval. www.nmlsconsumeraccess.org. Go to crosscountrymortgage.com/barstool so Cross Country Mortgage can take care of you through the home buying process.
Okay, let's wrap up. We got some guys on chicks. Hank,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Hey, future Chicago studs. My birthday's coming up, and my boyfriend keeps saying he's really excited about my present. I'd say he's about 50-50 with good gifts and ? Gifts. I feel like I always get him great gifts. It's not about money because he makes more than I do. It's about the thought behind it, which is why I don't want to just tell him what to buy me. Should I just keep pretending to like things? I don't want another beer glass.
Oh,
Beer
that's
glass
a
is
good
solid.
gift.
Yeah.
It's like Homer Simpson getting Marge the bowling ball.
I don't like people that compare gifts.
What
Yeah.
do you mean?
Like in a relationship, like this woman clearly is thinks because of the gifts she gets. I don't know. The sense I feel like I always get him great gifts. Obviously, you think you get him great gifts,
Right.
He probably thinks he gets you great
Shitty
gifts.
gifts. Yeah.
Get experiences.
Yeah.
Get concert tickets. Get some sort of vacation. Do something like that.
Yeah, or like a really nice restaurant, and then you maybe like, something after where it's a surprise. That experience is a good call, or just cash. Cash always wins.
Mm-hmm.
Getting someone cash. No one has ever been upset about cash.
I think a girlfriend would get upset about cash.
No,
Not if you give enough cash.
She just said,
You remember when?
it's the thought that counts.
You remember when Coach O gave his wife cash?
Yeah.
That was awesome.
and the
Dude,
divorce?
Happy Mother's Day. No, this is on Mother's Day. Coach O gave Mrs. O like $500 cash for Mother's Day.
Yeah, like people who get upset about the cash they get is because they just didn't get enough cash. There's definitely a limit where like if you get enough cash, she won't complain. That's a fact.
Guys, get her lingerie for her birthday.
Mm-hmm.
She'll love that.
A vacuum cleaner, but like one of those really nice ones.
Yeah, get the Roomba.
The cordless ones.
Hello, PMT crew. Longtime listener and big fan. My question is, why do guys dap each other up multiple times? I teach high school, and the students I teach dap each other up like 4 to 5 times in a row until they think it sounded good enough, even though the previous one sounded exactly the same.
Nope.
Thanks, and good luck with your bets.
You need to have that experience where you feel the perfect dap with perfect connection. It's incredible. I learned something the other day. I think I told you this on the stream. I don't know if you guys heard this. Do you guys know who invented the fist bump?
Yeah.
Stan Musial invented the fist bump. How crazy is that?
It is crazy.
And then Dusty Baker invented the high five.
And Bobby Valentine invented the rap.
It all circles back to baseball.
Yeah. The perfect dap, there's no better feeling. And they're also just practicing. Let them get their reps in. Because it's not about like with a friend, you're dapping for practice. You got to use it for when you have that moment where you're dapping someone you've never dapped before, and it's like, all right, I've been putting in my reps. Hopefully you've been putting in your reps, and we can nail this on the first try.
Also, especially if you're in high school, you're just delaying time. You're just like,
you're just bored.
we dap up before class, but hold on, we got to dap up 5 more times before we can get started.
Yeah. Right.
Like, hold on.
And an average friend can become a good friend if you have a really clean dap with them.
Yes.
Bad daps can be bad.
Yeah.
Again, hugs.
Jake, dap
Shout out Muss.
Dap up Hank right now. Oh, that was tough.
Yeah.
That was
You kind of missed it.
No,
Hank was going a little harder than you were.
You went pad on pad on that. You got to get the
Yeah.
one of those.
Anything's better than Muss,
Watch
though.
this.
Oh, come on. No.
What are you talking about? You heard
That
this.
was
You
clean.
heard
That was
it.
beat.
What are you
That
talking
was
about?
beat. That was better.
You hear that snap?
You guys
Hear that snap?
after
No, you don't
dap?
like it, Max? Max, get over here and dap me.
I mean, that was bad.
Dap
That
Billy.
was-
Dap Billy.
Oh, dap Billy Max. Let's get a fucking yeah.
All right, let's see this.
Change the
He's gonna
camera.
do
Change
it
the
so
camera.
hard.
Let's see the dap.
Wait,
Let's
sit
see
down.
the
Sit
dap.
down,
Billy.
Billy. Sit down. Oh, you go in the middle, yeah.
Jake, do play-by-play.
Oh,
wait. No. Oh, you had no snap. You had no snap. The snap is.
You got a snap.
Yes, the snap. Watch. We'll slow it.
Well, we're not in a fucking show tune.
Dude, watch this.
It's
watch,
really
get
easy.
the snap right in front of the mic. Hear that? Hear that
Clean.
snap?
Clean as
That's
fuck.
the snap.
I don't think I've ever snapped.
Yes,
I don't think I've ever.
No, we're not
no one
actually
snapped.
snapping, you moron.
No, but
no,
no
it's
one
our
does
fucking
that. No one
hands
does
making the
that.
sound.
No.
You want to know what the coolest one is if you dap and then
finger
you
gun.
finger gun.
The finger
That's
guns.
actually pretty good. Put
The
those
finger
things
guns
away.
is nice.
Like, you guys
Spider,
just
Spider's a
hooked.
big time finger gun guy.
What about the Fresh Prince? That one always plays.
Nah,
The dap and then the psh.
unoriginal.
I think you guys are just doing old guy
Yeah, I was gonna say that's
daps.
also from like the
Yeah.
90s.
The
Love Fresh
sound is what it's about.
Yeah,
You
the
guys
snap.
missed the sound.
I haven't tried to do that.
You guys
since-
did a bro hug. You didn't dap. You bro
No, we
hug.
No,
dapped
it's dap
and then we
into the
hugged.
bro hug.
Okay.
Because then you respect each other's mass.
Got it. Got it. I haven't been respecting my boys' masses yet, like recently.
You ever dap up a girl? Why
No.
don't girls dap?
You'll never catch me
No.
dapping up a girl. Fuck
That's
that.
honestly the gayest thing you
You
can
might
do.
get
Fuck that.
You might get a charge nowadays.
Yeah, no, fuck that. You'll never see me dapping up a girl. Ever. Hank just had a face that makes me nervous about this next question.
It might be a word. He might be making a face about a word.
Yeah.
No, this is disgusting, but believable.
How disgusting.
Do you wash your hands?
Yeah. I don't wash my hands. Less diseases back in the day. We need to start doing Mean Girl clips.
You know what we
for-
should
Yeah,
do?
you wanna
for
do it?
guys.
We should clip our daps and then hopefully it hits Black Twitter and they roast us.
Ooh.
That's pretty
That
good.
But we should
that would
do the
go
Mean
viral.
Girl. We should start doing Mean Girl clips to go viral. Like, is it PFD? I was wondering.
Could you dunk from the free throw line?
No. Is murder that bad?
Well, no, because
Depends
like,
who you're murdering.
people murder all the time.
Right, like,
it's
methodical when you do it.
It's called war. How come war isn't murders?
Like I've
The U.S. government murders people all the time. Are they bad?
I shouldn't say this on the pod, but I've murdered like 3 or 4 people, and I didn't think it was that bad.
It's not murder if it's vibes.
Yeah, that's
if they're
true.
like killing the vibe.
Yeah, then you have to murder.
Yeah,
them.
no, like one time this dude came over to my house and we were just like chilling, whatever's, and I honestly slit his throat.
Yeah. And then I ate his organs, and it was just like it was chill.
The social team asks me for a PMT clip every episode. Is this the one I submit?
Yes, please send this.
I'll have them cut it up.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'll
murder
have
that
the main
bad.
account.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm gonna find the same font and color that they
Yeah.
do for their
yeah. Is
captions
murder
as
that
well.
bad?
Hey, Max,
Yeah,
so
is
send me
murder
this
that
clip. I'll
bad.
send it to the social team
Yeah.
and then post it on the
Yeah.
Barstool account.
Perfect. Love it.
There we
It's
go.
gonna pop.
Yeah. Numbies.
All right. Hey, PMT boys, my husband is a great husband and an even better father. But he does this thing with dirty laundry that absolutely grosses me out. My husband refuses to use Kleenexes to blow his nose. Instead, uses his dirty laundry from the hamper. He will pull socks and boxers from the hamper, blow his nose, fold it up, and throw it back in. When I confronted him about this, he said, they're going to get washed anyways and don't have to worry if the amount of snot justifies a new tissue. Is this normal? How do I get him to use Kleenexes like a civilized human?
No, this is the Mean Girl clip.
Yeah,
every guy does this.
Yes.
This is it's honestly weird that chicks don't do it because it's wasteful and you're ruining the environment. If the clothes are going to get washed anyways, it's no different than using a handkerchief.
Yeah.
I blow my nose on my socks every day when I take them off.
Well,
I blow them and then I throw them into the hamper.
I go actually one further. Whenever I have a big,
I don't even
load
use
of-
toilet paper.
Yeah, no, never use toilet paper. I'll just use socks. I'll use my underwear. Whenever I have a big hamper of laundry, I'll just jizz all over it because, like, you might as well make the washing machine do extra work, right? Like, you're washing it anyway. So what the fuck?
Yeah, no, I agree. And
I care about the world.
Yeah,
you honestly, Hank, that's a little bit weird that you wipe your butt with socks because the human body,
Well, shirts sometimes too, sweatshirts, hoodies.
yeah, no.
hats.
the human
Yeah.
body actually,
Whatever's on the floor of my bathroom.
you don't need to wipe. Do you think cavemen were wiping their butts? Do you think that people were wiping their butts in the 1800s, 1900s?
And if you actually don't wipe your ass long enough, it just kind of builds up. It's kind of like
becomes
not wearing
zone.
batting gloves.
Yeah, right. And I hate to say this, but I low-key kind of miss COVID because I used to wipe my butt with my mask all the time.
Yeah.
And it's like, just get that, again, if you're not making your laundry machine work, like these laundry machines have come a really long way. So they're there to clean, make them clean.
And if you use the outside of your mask, it's not even touching your face.
Right.
Like,
No, I
yeah.
use the inside too.
No, you got to use the outside. I agree.
That's
with
a little gross.
I agree with Hank. Yeah.
Let's not judge.
The inside is. I like to. I brush my teeth with the inside of my mask, and then I wipe with the outside.
Yeah.
All right. Last one. Hey, PMT boys. I've been with my boyfriend for over 4 years now. We just moved in with each other about a year ago. Everything's going great, except for one thing I really don't know about until we moved in with each other. Whenever he goes pee, he tries to flush. Oh, I do this too. This is great. I didn't read this.
Oh, yes, I do it too. We all do it.
He tries to
raise it. You try to time it.
You try to
I
race
don't know.
the water.
I'm assuming that's what
Yeah.
he's going to say.
Yeah, it's efficient.
He tries to flush while he's still peeing in order to
Yep.
time the toilet
Yep.
to finish flushing exactly when he finishes peeing.
Yep.
I wouldn't care if he was better at it, but I'd say more times than not, he flushes too early and ends up having some pee left over in the toilet
Yeah,
and
just
doesn't
like-
flush it after.
Just like a little bit of
I've
a little bit of
never
piss.
heard of a guy do this before. I asked him why
Everyone.
does he
Yeah.
said it's like a little game every time he pees and it's fun. Is it common? So common.
So common. It's efficiency. It's efficiency. You're going to the bathroom. If you pee, wait till you finish peeing, then flush. That's a second of your life that you never get back.
Yep, I agree. I agree 100%. It's fun. It's so much fun to try to time it out.
It's tempo. You got to be in tempo time.
Have you ever started flushing right when you start peeing and then you force yourself to pee extra hard?
There's also, where you pick up the pace.
Yeah.
You go to the 4-minute offense.
It's a race.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like trying to spell your name in snow.
Uh-huh.
There's also the cousin of this is when you're in a toilet or a setting where it's like, hey, you're at someone's house or something. The flush the minute the shit hits the water, like just do it quickly so it doesn't smell as bad. You don't let it linger. That one you have to do sometimes.
The courtesy flush.
Yeah, but it's like
Courtesy
it's just you're literally like pooping and flushing at the same time.
Do you ever wait after you do that in someone else's house just to have to pee to then get the skid marks off the bowl?
Oh, you wash with the skid marks.
I wait. I hold my pee if I'm pooping, and then I use it to
hard to
wash.
do.
Wait,
It's hard, but
you
like
can poop and not pee.
it's really fucking
Dude,
hard.
I've actually
That's bullshit, Billy.
no
it's really
PFT. I'm gonna
hard.
back him up
It's
because
Same muscles.
It's impossible.
No, it's really
Hold on,
hard
you're
because
pushing.
you don't actually have to pee when you're like, but then you wait, and then sometimes you're in there for a little extra longer, but it's like so much more discreet.
I'm gonna
kind
not
of
only
PFT.
back up
I don't know if
Billy.
that's physically possible.
No, because I think it's maybe just either getting
you also
older.
have to hold.
I'm like tired all the time. I've had a couple times the
You
last.
literally got to tie it in a knot.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
But
That sounds awful.
I've had a couple times the last like month or so where I forgot to pee while I was taking a shit, and then I had to pee after.
Yeah.
That's weird.
I know
think
it's weird.
physically possible. I think
It's physically possible because it's happened to me multiple times where I'm like, wait, did I pee?
Not
And then
even
I
a
get to
squirt?
pee.
Well, because you're scared.
No, I just forget.
You're scared to poop, which makes you not have to pee. You're scared to poop in the weird place, be it like someone's house that you're like trying to be discreet at, and then you end up having to pee after, and then you get to clean whatever's
That's smart.
has
That's
in
so
after
smart.
flushing.
That's so smart, Billy.
actually, you know what the best way to wipe is, like most sanitary way. It's just by
You're
taking
not
in-
wiping.
No, your mask.
Oh,
Your
the
COVID
self
mask.
bidet, the
No,
self
yeah,
bidet.
it's what Billy's talking about. Except on the bowl, you just pee directly
In your
onto your
butt,
butt.
yeah.
and then that wipes away all the shit.
Yes,
Yeah.
the self bidet.
Yeah, Max, you don't think so?
And then you come in
You
your
gotta have a
butt
pretty
for
big dick for that, I think.
No,
right?
you just pull it back, and then it's like one of the super soakers where you can turn the nozzle to the side.
yeah,
You just,
and then you come in your butt for the conditioner.
yeah.
I just don't wipe and then I build it up and then I wear a bathing suit in the shower to make sure that like
Yeah.
I'm not getting
Yeah, I never
even the
wipe
clean
until
asshole in the shower.
I only just I don't wipe and then I'll just find a pool. That's the best way to do it.
The other, so every guy does that. I think the other thing, or like another thing.
What?
I think no, the peeing.
Oh, I
peeing
was
in
gonna
the-
say I was joking.
no peeing in the.
Max was like nodding his head to everything that we've been saying, and then we talked about peeing the shit off your own butt. And he was like, "No, I don't do that."
Well, I mean, I was just thinking logistically how that would work.
I mean, if you have any real friends in your life, they've also had to pee in your butt when you don't have pee. That's just boys helping out boys.
Yeah, I've been in a
Hey,
locker
can
room.
you can you quickly clean my butt? They pee in it for you.
I always enjoy, and this happened more like college age. I feel like, but when you and someone you don't even know walk into a stall at the same time, you're always trying to pee longer.
Yeah,
It's like a race.
Yeah.
Or it's not a race,
When
but
you're
it's like a
crossing
competition.
swords?
No, like let's say me and you walked in the bathroom together. We don't even know each other, but we both walk into a stall and we start peeing. I'm in my head being like, I gotta outlast this guy.
No, I'm more like you guys start peeing first.
I also, if you're taking a shit in a public bathroom and it's like empty stalls everywhere and the guy sits next to you, I'll always make a noise being like, oh, come on, dude. Seriously? And then I'll put my hand underneath and be like, ready? All right. Good show. Hank, have you ever gotten the lottery ball number?
No.
Oh, you're getting sassy with me.
You're fucking sassy.
I'm not sassy. I asked you a question. I don't remember.
I answered it. You're dumb if you don't remember.
Numbers.
69.
17.
Oh, you're back. I'll go 7.
Fuck you.
I'm just going to
18.
follow you around, bitch.
8.
20.
This might be the time, Hank.
Come on. I don't think this could go to Chicago, by the way.
Yeah, it can. 28.
Damn.
28.
It's like a city thing.
It'll be fine.
17's right there.
Oh, no.
It's right on top.
Do you guys something on the?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
So you're gonna do it before, before,
Yeah.
but
No, we
we have new shirts on the Barstool store for those who are listening. It's a part of my take lottery ball on the front, on the back. Have you ever got this with the lottery ball machine?
I love it. Shout out Shane, redemption shirt for Shane. He's bounced back. It's not about your losses, about your wins. This is an awesome design.
So I believe it's dropping today.
It's dropping today. Go
Wednesday.
buy it. Pardon my take on the front. You know what?
Oh, you know what? This is a nice touch on all the balls that have been chosen. It's got all the ones that we pick and that win a lot. And then look, 17 is almost going up there.
That's very good
It's
detail.
right there, Hank.
That's actually
And
the
that's what
exact.
it is
That's
right
also
now.
exactly where 17 is right now.
Oh man.
Wow.
Should we
PMT
see if
rigs.
17 comes up? This doesn't count.
Yeah, give it a shot.
Let's just see.
Oh, no,
why
we're back
should-
to the bottom. 17's never going to come
Great
up.
shirt. Great shirt. Have you ever gotten this? 14. 14. Go buy it now.
If you wear it, I'm spitting in your
Those
face.
are back-to-back football numbers. Maybe
Legally.
17 will be next. It's a football.
No, it's
Yeah,
not.
no.
It's definitely not going to be next.
Unless I guess it. Then it might be. All right. See everyone Friday.
Love you guys.
Whales have been washing ashore because of the surveying equipment of the wind farms, not because of the actual wind turbines.
Oh.
Got it.
It's fucking with their vibe.